Good evening, good morning, good night, and good afternoon, depend on your time and your location. I greet you from my location. From my location, here I am now. It is good evening. My greetings go to my president, Mazi Nnamdi Okwukano. Good evening, sir. My greetings to my prime minister, Mazi Simon Ebanjoko, the prime minister of United States of Biafra. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Depends on your own time and your location. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. My Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, the current leader, acting leader of the people of United States of Biafra, the new country that was declared on November 29, 2024. I greet you as I welcome you all this evening. I also greet all the Biafra's military under United States of Biafra. I greet you all. And I also greet all the governors and all the important personnel in the United States of Biafra cabinet members. I greet you all. And I also greet all the governors of the 40 states of United States of Biafra, the new country that was made their official declaration of proving that they are a new country. I salute everybody and the lovers of freedom. I also greet all the lobbies that are under United States of Biafra government to make sure that with our original documents that we get international recognition rights with our official declaration documents. I salute you all and I greet you all. So as I welcome you this evening from my location, please endeavor to welcome another person by like and share the program so they may know that we are live and we are direct to do the needful, to understand the importance of declaration or what declaration means. What declaration means to a movement of a freedom fighter to restore a new country. That is why we are here this evening, to know under all the UN Charter, all the Montevideo Convention, now that Biafra has been declared, what does it really mean? My voice is not coming out. Where is it coming from? Do you mean that my voice is not coming out? Twist Biafra. Is it coming out now? My voice, is it clear right now? Please let me know. My voice, is it coming out? Who can confirm about my voice if my voice is coming out loud and clear? It's not yet coming out. From where? How? Where did this one start? Where? From where? Wow. My voice is not coming out. Please, Biafra, are you sure that my voice is not? Who else will confirm that my voice is not coming out? Can someone else help me? Is it coming out right now or not? My voice, have it started coming out? Wow. To check my system well. How? Where? Please, is it okay now? Is he okay now? Please check. Let's confirm. Can you hear me loud and clear? Okay, don't worry, I know what to do. Let me refresh. I never had this one before. Okay, let's check now. Have refreshed. Is it coming out? Can someone help me check if my voice is coming out loud and clear? Can someone comment about my voice coming out or not? Can someone confirm? I have just refreshed the page, so check if my voice is coming out. Please, can someone let me confirm if my voice is loud and clear? Okay, thank you so much. So please, Biafra, please check from your own side, because after refreshing, Chukadibia said that my voice is loud and clear. Yeah, thank you so much, because we'll be having a problem of voice, but I am happy that someone said it's okay right now. So, on what we are discussing this evening about the declaration, the importance of, or what declaration really means under UN Charter and all the articles, or even Montevideo Convention. Because it's very imperative that we understand the importance of our declaration and what the declaration simply means to us, and how the declaration is going to help all of us to achieve our goal. Because a lot of things that are happening to us is that many of us never understand the meaning or the importance of our real declaration of Biafra as a new sovereign state. Many of us did not understand it. That is why you see some people being confused. Some people are on their own doing another different thing. Because it's only when you understand the meaning of that declaration or how important this declaration is under the international law, those that are going to get recognition under the UN Charter and all the articles, what are the meaning and the importance of making a declaration. And do you think that if this declaration is not important, do you think that Obato Obie will push for declaration? If a declaration of a new country is not important, can Obato Obie take all his time, work to make sure that the declaration happen? It's part of the things that we need to think this evening. If declaration is not important, can Mas Simon Ekpa even think of gathering Biafrans, approve and work very hard for that declaration? And what happens? Remember his word. He told that the declaration will trigger international to talk about Biafra. That is going to trigger the international pressure to talk about Biafra that they never want to talk about it. And after the declaration has happened, after this our official declaration, what are the most important things that need to be changed to suit on the level of our declaration that we have already made? The important things that are there and why we made that such declaration. Do you think that if declaration is not important, do you think Obato Obie will use over a year and 6 months be hitting on the declaration of Biafra and also to endorse a name that we are going to? People voted for this name of United States of Biafra. Remember. So for us to know where we are going and the importance of everything that we are doing, we need to understand that the declaration of United States of Biafra, the benefit of it, and how important it is, and what is the really meaning of that declaration, and why is it important. Hey, yeah, Chris, no problem, my brother. Thank you. We are one people, one love, my brother. It's okay. So, after my sharing all these things, we are going to dive in and play also some videos of what is happening in Nigeria first. That is an evidence of why the Biafran people make our official declaration of United States of Biafra as the solution into all that is happening right now inside that thing, that name, that darkness they call one Nigeria, that simply means death sentence to every indigenous people. But before I go further, please remember our code on this platform. Hashtag Nigeria/Britain. Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the president of United States of Biafra. On the other hand, hashtag Finland/Nigeria government. Free Simon Ekpa Njoko, the president or the prime minister of United States of Biafra. These are the codes on this platform that nobody will change it. So the world will know that our president and our prime minister is being under incarceration for over. Our prime minister is going to 1 year has been maximum. Then our president 5 good years of current 2021 to 2025. June this year make it maximum 5 years that they have put him under Jesus dungeon, and the very deadly torture that has been meted on him, abuse of his right of a human being, all this has been contributed. So please, that is why you have to continue with that word hashtag to let the world know what we are passing through at this stage of life, at this 21st century, and why our declaration is the most important thing in our midst. So we want the world to first know why we make a declaration. Why Biafra people run away from that thing called Nigeria. Please, as you come, like my brother said, please like and share. Please like and share the program. That is how you are making this program to go viral. Please endeavor to do that as you join us right now, because we are here to dig it out this evening. Humble, my hood boy, I greet you, I see you. You are always on every platform commenting about Biafra. It is a very good, massive job that we are doing. Thank you so much. I see you on many platforms of One Nigeria List, or anybody who is on the line. I see your comments. You always pinpoint about Biafra. Thank you for making it to go viral. The one of the last platform I watched last time, I saw your comments. And I was also there commenting about our declaration of Biafra as a new country that have merged in Africa. That is a solution to all the killings that is going on in Nigeria today. Thank you so much for all you do. These are the videos I'm going to play before we dive into the document of the UN Charter we have here and the Montevideo Convention, the meaning, the full meaning, and the importance of declaration of a new country like United States of Biafra. Making that such comments or such things is also changing the narrative of who we are. I come across of one platform of this our brother called Dr. Damage. Because of he called our DPM for interview and he refused. In his comments, in his YouTube storage, this man stored that Biafra was declared on November or December 2nd. Could you imagine? That is why we must change all these lies and all this history, because he has a bigger platform and many countries watch him because he's believing one Nigeria. And the way he wants to store a YouTube, in his own YouTube, want to serve Biafra movement, he went on to serve that Biafra was declared on 2nd instead of November 29. That man called Dr. Damage, I've been starting to look at him with other eyes. He interviewed Chukwuemeka Odumegwu. He interviewed Wazirike. He interviewed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He interviewed Simon Ekpa. The only person that refused to, that Biafran people said, no, you not interview her, is our DPM. And when he interviewed all these men, and if any of them have problem, he will never talk about them. That is kind of mind that I begin to see him as somebody who his name is to destroy people's image. That is how I begin to see him. You remember that the ISWAP killed an Igbo man who happened to be Brigadier General in Nigeria. They captured him and they killed him. This was between Thursday and Friday of last week. They captured him, they killed him. They killed him, and those that are killing him are alive today. And that is those that Nigeria are making meeting, pardoning them, having a peace meeting with them. But Mazanka, who never shoots anybody, they want to jail him. Because of all this injustice, is why we decide that we don't want Nigeria anymore. Look at what happened to our brother. When we are telling them, come out, he will be sending squad to wipe away his own people. When you kill your own, those that use you to kill your own will be the one to kill you. That is one thing that our people never understand till today. That is one thing that our people never really understand. Look at him here. Watch this video. Do you see that? His name is Oba. He's an Igbo man. These are those that give Nigeria morale to go and be fighting Biafran people. Look at him. Look at where they sit him on ground and wasted him. Nigeria news refused to carry it today. It's from individual contact we have. They will be sending all these things. And you listen to them. In the first, they lied that he escaped, that he's alive. But look at him today. They taught him direct on his brain. This is what the swap that in Nigeria did to him. He's an Igbo man. Look at how he died. Look at how he was wasted. He's a claim office of the general in Nigeria. And that is why we thought that Nigeria is a country that's made up of to kill every indigenous person. Nigeria simply means death sentence to anybody who is an indigenous person. He died in this way because he is indigenous person. They shoot him, show you the location. Do you see any military, armor tanker, bomb, helicopter here? You will not, because those that own Nigeria is the one who shot him dead. His name is Oba, an Igbo man. Look at how he died useless death. Go and serve Nigeria, come back in shame. People like us experience that serving Nigeria is hard. In fact, it's like being in the worst area. That is why we run away. Look at him here. Brother, I don't talk about gentle lion because yes, about gentle lion. I don't talk about them. I first say that matters most to me. Those that refuse our declaration, I see them as betrayer. And on the other way around, the international law called them that they are rebel and saboteurs. So I am here to let our people know what we're supposed to know. Look at his life, look at the way he died. If Gento has been passed away, the same thing. Yes, Mazan can warn them, my brother. He warned them, and they refused. It's because of the one of Mazan and the Kano that made me to run away from Nigeria. Look at him today. He has wasted his life. Nigeria, the meaning, you want to understand in the comment section that Nigeria simply means a death sentence to every indigenous person. The ISWAP that wasted is our brother Oba on Friday or Thursday. They are those that just coming into Nigeria, and they wasted him. And this is those that they are having peace meeting with. Go and check all those areas in the north that have peace meeting with the bandits, with the Boko Haram. All of those countries all has been attacked today. And what happened? Nothing. Because they have their plan and they have the ulterior motive. They have one agenda: to Islamize you and I, to conquer us is the main plan that they all put together. That is what they can be able to achieve. So, go and serve Nigeria, come back in shame. Even if he will come back. Now, did he come back? After having brigadier general, where is him today? And his family will be crying. And nobody will take care of his family anymore. Our people are so dumb. They refuse because of the smart Ashara money they are paying to him. And he values that money more than his people. This is a man also who are leading squad to go and fight Biafra army. These people that are arresting Biafrans. I see him so. But what happened today? The end justified the means. What is the means of his life today? Useless life. Okay, we continue. Why we want the world? We want UN to know why we exit Nigeria. We want the world to know why the Biafran people exit Nigeria finally on November 29, 2024. There is reason why we exit Nigeria. And that reason is part of what we are seeing today. How they are killing the indigenous people, how they are fighting against the Igbos, and how they hated us. Because I didn't blame anybody that is talking whatever he feel like social media, because we agree. After we find out this is by force amalgamation, we say, okay, let us try. So that is why for me in my life, I will never, until I die, forgive Britain. I will never forgive that people call UK, London, for the atrocity, for the life they have damaged in Biafra land. That is why we are opting out, because we don't want to die anymore. What people are going through today in the north, we have passed through that in 1967, 1997. Even up to today, we are still passing through that. So we are going into more videos, because we want the world to know that we are not just living. There is a reason why we left Nigeria. That is the reason why. Look at him, our people. Look at this video. Look at this. There is a picture you will see under here. Then I will read this for you. Soldier, we capture hundreds of terrorists. Nigeria government decide to spend billions from tax-paying money to rehabilitate them, and release them. Why terrorists will capture a brigadier general and buy him? Who is fooling who? Who is what? Fooling who? Which day will Nigeria government say the life of Nigeria is not negotiable? Your life is not negotiable. The people of Nigeria's life is negotiable, but the unity of one Nigeria is not negotiable. That is when we see the criminal minded they are put on here. So this is a big embarrassment to Nigerian military, and they should act fast. They will not act, because those that own Nigeria is the one killing all of them. You are not a Nigeria. Nobody is a Nigeria in the first place. And because of that, you are not a Nigeria. Those that the British handed over Nigeria as the landlord. You know, one thing I want you to know, Britain, UK, London is the landlord. The Fulani jihadists are the caretaker. You are a tenant in Nigeria. You are a tenant in Nigeria. So the landlord has right anytime to chase you away or to do anything, to put any allegation on your head and waste you. That is what is happening. That is why when they capture an indigenous person, they will just buy him and throw him away out of the road. Do you see? Look at him being captured. There is those that was captured, and what happened to them? You see the downside of the picture? He is no longer alive today. Look at it here. He's no longer alive. This is not this brigadier. There is many of them that when they ambushed them last week, many died. Many Nigerians, so-called the indigenous of the indigenous that are inside the military, they all gone down. Those that escape is those that are rehabilitated Boko Haram, that in the military, they are all alive, because they are the one that give their brother information. So they have already give the information and tell them, look at exact healers they are into. They open fire on them, and they did not make it. But when you are telling them that one Nigeria means death sentence to every indigenous person, they will not accept it. If he's a Muslim soldier, they will not kill him. And they will, and what happened? They will rescue him. They did not rescue him because those that he went this mission with are the repentant Boko Haram. That their mission is to Islamize you and I and take over the country. take over our ancestral land, our indigenous areas. That's why they see. Let me tell you, if you are in the midst of them going out in certain Nigerian military, do you know what you will see? They will align themselves separate on a personal helos. You as an indigenous person, you are not going to enter the same helos or the same armor tanker with them. No. They always go on their own convoy while all of you are together. Then they will pass information. They will tell their brothers, please look at those that are coming. Look at on the number. Look on this line. We are 20 healers. From number 1 to 10 is them. Is those them that they are indigenous people. Those them that the people are fighting for Biafra. Those are Yorubas. Look at the lineup where they are. Look at they're from counts as we are coming. From 1 to 10 is them. Open fire. They will open fire and kill all the indigenous person. If Oba was a Muslim, they will serve him. Go and check those that are died. The numbers on this attack. The Christians military was wiped out. Oba and another, they are up to 5. Those that they don't even mention their name. Why they mention name of Oba is because Oba is a brigadier general at his level. That is why. And if in the first place, Nigeria military lied till today that Oba escaped, that he used leg, come back. What happens? After that, the real information comes out. They want to deny it. But the individual medias that are on ground are bringing out the real truth and what is going on. This is what we all must know. So, when we are calling on you that Nigeria is not for you, if we enter from this year and go out from this particular one until you meet your water low, or they take you away, we are letting the world to know that Biafran war of 1967 has never ended till today. We are dying. They are killing our people. They are killing the indigenous people. Now it has reached to people in the north, in all over Nigeria, even in the Hausa land, even in the Yoruba land. People are dying. They are busy trying to capture all the indigenous and wipe them away. So if you're an Igbo man, if you're a Biafran till today, you will never understand what is going on, and you don't know what you will do. We are calling on you to drop that your arm. People like us, in a checking point, when there's an attack and you flee, run away. If you are even into security in Nigeria, you're not safe. Because when a Fulani catches you, they wipe you away. They see you, no matter the position you occupy in Nigeria security. They see you as a Biafran. They see you as an enemy. They see you as that stubborn child that never allowed them to Islamize Nigeria. Until you come to realize all this, that is only when you will understand that Biafra is the solution. That this our declaration of United States of Biafra on November 29, 2024 is the only solution. That is the savior of your life. Then you will go back home to protect your border. Nobody will chase you away, and nobody will kill you anymore. We are letting the world to know why we choose to exit Nigeria. That something happens, and that is why we do what? We exit Nigeria. Listen to this man's history. Those who are still serving one Nigeria.
Good morning, my fellow Nigerians.
Listen.
Me and my family, we are throwing a big salute to you people.
Okay.
I want the entire Nigerians to tell me between them and their gods, to tell me the sincere answer between them and their gods. They should tell me the real truth of our life between me and FCT Minister Nwesom Wike and AM Officer AM Yarima, Lieutenant AM Yarima, between me and these people who deserve a special promotion. Give me the answer between you and your God. Between me and these people, FCT Minister, Officer AM Yarima, who deserve a special promotion, or who deserve a special award, or
Listen,
among us,
you will hear
who
his history,
deserve
you will cry.
to be taken to abroad for a proper treatment.
He is a big senior Nigerian military man. They went for operation and he was attacked. All his spinal cords, all he has down here as a man, bullets penetrated and destroyed everything. And then he doesn't have any promotion. He's at home. So he wants to share his story of him serving Nigeria. Him that is a Fulani man or listening, or him that is an Hausa man listening, who happen to be a Muslim. His condition is like this. What of you who are not a Muslim? What of you who are a Christian in this position? They will dump you. If they could be able, Nigeria could dump their own, who believe in the ideology of Muslim and into Islamize Nigeria. And he's this condition, they abandon him. And today, he come out to share his history to all of us. So listen to this and tell yourself truth. And if you have a friend who is dominatory, tag him here to come, if he can save his life, because Nigeria was meant to destroy them. That is why I told that today. The meaning of one Nigeria is a death sentence to every indigenous person, because those that are dying are the indigenous person are the one dying. The indigenous person that are Christian are the one receiving the genocide. The genocide that Biafran people has been receiving from 1967 to today, the genocide still continues. Illegal killings, abduction, disappearance of our people, day in, day out. These are the things that we are experiencing. Let us continue.
But before you give me this answer, I would like to give you a short story about me.
Listen.
I entered for this job as a cadet inspector. But presently, I'm a superintendent of Nigerian Police, SP. I hang an eagle.
Yes. Jennifer, thank you so much for that, for your comments. Our sister Jennifer. Injustice, Omoto Ocho. Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the president of United States of Biafra, a prisoner of conscience in your DSS dungeon. I love that comment so much. Thank you, Jennifer, for that. May Elohim reward you. Give you more wisdom also to comment more. This hashtag injustice, Omoto Ocho, Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the president of United States of Biafra, a prisoner of conscience in Nigeria DSS dungeon. It is very important. Let us continue with the history of this man.
Right from inspector rank, I was in Mopo. I went to different kind of operation in Nigeria. From 37 Mopo to Yobe, from Yobe.
Do you know why he will not tell the operation? These are those who come to attack Biafra Liberation Army under Simon Ekpanjoko. That is the operation he went. And his people served him because he's a Muslim. They pick him and serve him. A video of this man, I lost the video when he was brutalized and when he told that he went for operation. Why the operation cannot be mentioned that he went this operation in Biafra land, where there is no bandits, where there is no Boko Haram, where there is no ISWAP, where there is no Lakrawa, and all these groups that are killing people today in Nigeria. He went operation in Biafra land. That is why he cannot open up to tell you. Did he went to operation with Ekomok War? No. What kind of operation did he went to? He went to go and kill indigenous people. And he never know that God allowed him to live, to come and testify the truth about what happened to him. And he's hiding it. That's why look at the way he was, if you want to pee, he was passing urine steadily. with what you see on his hand.
53 Mopos Bama, that is Meduguri. I operate in Rio, Jos.
Do you hear that?
Rim, Bangan Birom, Bangan Fulani. I operate in Yobe,
Do you hear it?
Mua, Babagida, Buniadi, Bunigari. I operate in Bama, 5 years in Bama as a unit commander, Mopo, until we went to rescue mission with me and my full unit men attached with some soldiers, of which in the process I lost my orderly and I sustained a 5-bullet wound in my abdomen. A bullet penetrates from my left hips and cut off my urinary tract. It cuts my anus channel and pieces of my ball joint here. So since 2021, this thing happened since 2021. I've been battling from one hospital to another, from Zaria, to Kano, from Kano to Abuja. I obtained up to 12 surgeries in Nigeria, but none of the surgery good. No one has worked. These 5 years that I'm using this catheter, this rubber, to pass urine. As I'm talking to you, presently, my hips, there is no ball joint inside. Until one certain time, a good Samaritan from Zamfara State took me to India through one sister.
Not the Nigerian government he was serving, a good Samaritan.
Man, not a government worker.
Did you hear that?
He went and spent up to 40 million.
Okay.
Before they reduced some of issues in my body. Then I returned back to Nigeria. God bless him. God bless Odari Ahmed also.
Remember that person helped him, the government of the so-called Nigeria he was serving, going for a school mission, going for many attacks to Biafra land, attacking all the ESN, attacking every Biafran, arresting them, flogging them, molesting us. The Nigeria he was fed for serving did not fly him to take care of him. It's a good Samaritan that helped him. Those that he was defending under gun and bullet did not take care of him. You had it here that a good Samaritan spent over 40 million for him. What happened to that government that he's serving? In this country where I am, every army has life insurance. Who give you insurance in Nigeria? And the Biafra, who will give everything that carries gun in Biafra insurance, is what you're kicking against. Because people never know what Biafra stands for and what Biafra will do to all of them. Biafra is going to give you that thing that Nigeria has never give you. Times 10 of it is what Biafra will give to you. You see this, our declaration of Biafra, seeking for recognition. What is going to give, that is why we are calling on you. Come back and join, come back home to your roots. Your root is what? Biafra. And Biafra has been declared. Only seeking for what? International recognition with the criteria of the global international wars to maintain this. One Nigeria means a destroyer to you. One Nigeria means a death sentence to every indigenous person. These areas you must understand, you must go into. We are letting the world to know there is many things that made us to exit Nigeria, because we are not a Nigeria from day one. All of you knows that. But because of the oil that you are getting, because of the natural resources that you are getting, because of the economy you are getting from Nigeria, that is why all of you refuse to say the truth. And you allow genocide. The cry of over 5 million Biafrans is speaking on the mass in Nandekad, and all of us that is pushing us to make a declaration. That push us to make declaration of Biafra as a new country. We are warning the world. What Nigeria is experiencing is payback. What Nigeria is experiencing is back to sender of what they did to Biafran people in 1960-1970. That British, that London single-handedly controlled the media not to talk about the genocide of the Biafran people in 1967 to 1970. It has revised, the case has revised. Over 5 million Biafrans died, was killed, was massacred, was humiliated. Today, we are always in our secret prayer. Raise the spirit of death to fight against Nigeria, to destroy Nigeria, to put Nigeria in shame. And today, that is why Nigeria is in a big shame. Nigeria will never recover. We are not stopping you who believe you is a patriotic one Nigeria, or he is a one Nigeria to not believe in your one Nigeria. But what is your problem when we said that we want to go? You said that we're not going to do anything to you, that we are your problem. When you have a, what do? You cut that problem out from you. Yes, we accept that we are your problem now, but for the problem to be solved, you must let the problem go. If you have an old zinc that is leaking water, what are you going to do? You will open that old zinc and remove it and put new one. So removing Biafra from your territory, maybe you have a new Nigeria you are seeking for, and you refuse. The Biafran children that was massacred is bringing Nigeria to end. All of them has entered Simon Ekpa, entered Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is why we are coming to put this ex Nigeria to the end. If you don't want you to be destroyed woefully, simply tell all those that are Nigeria to leave Biafra, to accept our declaration, and release our president, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Release our prime minister, Simon Ekpa. Release all the prisoners of conscience that Nigeria was kidnapped and put in incarceration. Those the spirits of those that incarceration is also fighting against you, because you hold them against their wish. You magnified Nigeria against our wish, and today our wish is what? United States of Biafra is our wish as our own country. Until you realize that this is your problem, then let us go peacefully. We can have business transaction. That is how we do it when we leave. When we place embargo on Nigeria to have nothing to do with you, and we must survive, because you can see after this genocidal war with 20 pounds we survived, and today we are the lights. But why you experiencing darkness was because you did not allow the light to shine a way that this light is supposed to shine. You want to cover the light and claim the glory. You will never, until you allow the light to shine. Moon must be moon. Sun must be sun. Remember that. We are the sunshine. That is why you must allow us to live. Holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we keep on bringing you down in all his secret prayers against you until you let him go. James Omotosho, you are bringing calamity upon your entire generation. James Omotosho, you are bringing calamity upon your generation. What is happening in the north could be an eye experience or eye evidence to you. You can never fight the spirit of Biafran people and think they will go away. No. They must fight back. The beginning is very easy, but the ending is very tough. This journey, they have paid James a lot of money to come and jail Mazi and they can convince him. You and your entire generation will cry, had I known. Because had I known always comes at last. We are warning you. All the ake when onu mejoro, onu buriri, rie, happy wepi anime ofe. All we are now backfire. All Nigeria, one Nigeria is back right now. We are not against you answering one Nigeria, but one Nigeria is not my wish. I don't want it. One Nigeria means bad luck to me. One Nigeria means death sentence to every indigenous person who is a real Muslim and a indigenous person. That is what is happening. With Biafra, Africa will be saved. West Africa will be saved. But without Biafra, the world has another plan of to colonize all of you again. Africa in general. The rising sun happened to be Biafra. We become a savior to all of you and make what? All of you to live a better life. So let us continue with this man, with his video. With his
when I come back to Nigeria, he promised to return me back to India to enable me obtain the remaining surgeries. And he also promised me a house. When he had that, I don't even have a land, talk more of a single room for my family.
Do you hear that?
But due to the magnitude of activities on his head, he couldn't make it. May God Almighty also bless him. Nigerian police, they tried a lot about me because when I returned back to Nigeria, they gave me money. I went to best private hospitals in Kano. They say do this urinary surgery, hip replacement, but all failed. In fact, Nigerian doctors declared to me that they cannot be able to handle my issue. It was only in India, in Faridabad, one hospital, they call it Asian Hospital. They are the one that promised me that they can construct an artificial urinary tract for me. They can construct artificial erection in my abdomen and artificial ball joint. Because since 2021, I lost my erection completely.
Okay.
So they promised me that. And this thing that I'm talking, with the present rate of dollar, 100 million cannot do it. So federal government need to handle issues like this. When this kind of incident happened to soldiers or mopoles, it's supposed to be responsibility of federal government.
You are playing.
To take charge of that.
Play.
Because if you leave it to police, we have thousands of my time suffering from different degrees of bullet wounds. They cannot afford it. We have governors. Governors should take care of securities that have issues.
So you heard the story. The story is very long. We're not going to finish because we have many more things to show to the world before we now go into what exactly we have to do this evening. Honestly, because we have many things to do. We have a lot of things to play to the world before we go into our. Look at them. Listen to this. I don't understand what he's saying. But he's sending a warning. Listen. Yeah, Donald Trump. And look at his front. He put a cow there. And he was holding a for someone Donald Trump. You see this one that they keep cow in front of them and they hold the AK-47. This is the one they do kidnapping and kill instantly. We want the world to see what we're passing to, what is happening. We want the world to see. He's warning Donald Trump that Inyamiri, you, me a Biafran, he's calling me Inyamiri. Do you hear that? He's calling us what? Inyamiri? That we are the one that's bringing, that we are the one that is exposing all these things to Donald Trump. That they are going to deal with you, who is a one Nigeria, not me, who is a Biafran.
Dukansu sun san cewa muna nan. The governor zuwa.
You see where they put cow? This is what they used to deceive people.
Ka tuna cewa ka sa a hannu, ka tuna fa wannan gadon Najeriya garinmu ne. Ba za mu je ko ina ba. Za mu dinga kashe Kirista sosai. Ka san Kirista sun ce ba su jin magana.
I don't understand this one.
Kowa zai koma da cewa.
If you understand it, please put a comment section so we'll read it out.
Yanzu inyamuri na suka ba mu taurin kai, amma za mu kama su. Daga yara zuwa manya za mu dinga yanka su kai. Za mu dinga yanka su mana. Don uwansa. Shigo, kace kai Donald Trump ko? Kaga tsama yana mutu. Za su dinga cin abinci su kuɗi. Ba a ji tsoron kowa. Garinmu ne.
I hope you heard it clearly and you see the video. See this level of cow they put in front of them. That is what they use to deceive all of us and enter into our community. The name of cow. But there is mission. It's because of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the one who exposed this their mission of cow. Look at the threatening. He was threatening Donald Trump. When you heard about Inyamini, he's calling Biafran people Inyamini Igbos. Inyamini is how they dress you. That is how they dress everybody for the old Eastern region, whether you like it or not. They see you as Inyamini. You are not their own. They know their own. And when they see their own, they always protect their own. Look at why one to exist. We don't want to be like this. That is why the Biafra people has met all the criteria to become a sovereign state. Look at it here. The world see it. Look at what is going on. Look at a small child. Look at it. Look at another one. Are you seeing that? This is what they wish. Look at it here. This is what they wish. That is why Biafra people said no. These are things that made us to make our declaration that we don't want to be part of one Nigeria. And you are getting angry. May this become your portion. As you heard, as we are talking, I want to exit, that we really exit Nigeria. Do you see? This is the Christians. Do you see that? Then a man who claims that he's the president of a camp stand up and deny all this. That is where you will know that you and your Christianity, that those that your leader has denied you already. So on this junction, we will go into our main program today. I hope the word will play for you to see what people are going through and why Biafran people will realize. This is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu realized in time and said, no, that my people will not experience this. Starts movement to restore Biafra. The same that made Ojukwu to declare Biafra is the same that is happening today. The same thing that made Ojukwu to declare Biafra in 1967 to 1970. And the London, British, UK refused us to exit Nigeria. They by force us to stay. They block all the international community that comes to on our own behalf. They tell them, no, it's an internal affair of Nigeria, it's a little issue that they can solve. That is the rule that British play. That is why Biafra is not a country. Not that Ojukwu did not fight well. He fought for that 3 years. He gave all he can. But what happened? British make him to look like the world did not know about Biafra. The genocide happened in 1967 to 1970. But today, social media that is why we need more social media to talk about Biafra. So nobody can deny us anymore, and nobody can stop us in our plan. The killing of the indigenous people, the killing of the people, the killing is much. So we are going to go into why we leave Nigeria, why we make official declaration, and why the declaration of Biafra is so important to us. and the value of the declaration. All these things are what we are going to under the international law. There is things they ask us to do, and how everything is being worked. We are not going to leave it that way. Declaration of a new country. People did not understand this. Why you see anybody who is against declaration of Biafra, they want to make you to suffer more. They are just they under the international law. They said after the declaration of a new country, a group start claiming that they did not believe in that declaration. They said them as just a mere political group. And when it's come to the one that the world are going to recognize, that is why I always use Finland as an example to you. The world are going to recognize the one that make official declaration with a document. That one is legal. The other one is illegal. What is them doing? If you're a Biafran today, and you ask yourself, how many years did IPOB agitated without a declaration? And have you asked yourself that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our president, make us to the time will come when the people of Biafra will give a mandate to form a government and the government to lead into a declaration? Simply mean now Manji IPOB we want recognition. He understands this very well. He understands that the name of IPOB can never give us recognition. That we must form a government, and the government will lead to into declaration of the of Biafra. The number told you come accomplish it. So do you want to steal the way you are without making progress? You see all this CRC group, they don't want Biafra because Biafra will end the impunity of the money they are stealing from you. They are using method of one Nigeria to you. They are doing what? Using method of one Nigeria to you. You see CRC, no country in the world willing to give you recognition. You see fallback, bridge, they will not. You must be an existing country before other existing countries will recognize you. You must be existing human being before you and your fellow human being will do something. They will see as a human being. You will have a name before someone will call you name. These are the common things. They don't want you to stop donating and you not be tired. How could you see a well-cooked food and you want to go to market first? You want to go and hustle, make money, come back, then now go to markets and start buying things that you used to cook. Why that when you come back, there is already cooked soup. You only need to take plate and collect the soup and start eating food, and you refuse. What simply means now what the manual are you a normal human being that are flowing all these people? With them, where do you think we are heading to? Without a declaration, everything you are doing is agitation, and they see it as just a mere political agitation, nothing. And they see you who refuse to submit to your loyalty under the new government. They see you as rebel. You go 247. And those who did not believe, who went to Finland without their money and come back today and be talking trash against the declaration, and they have denounced the declaration. Do you understand it? So we are going to listen to why our declaration is very important under the UN Charter. So we are diving in there. Please calm down and listen. Record the voice. We are going to listen from what did declaration of a new country really mean. The declaration of a new country. What does it really mean? It's when you understand the meaning of this our declaration, then you can be able to stop being deceived at all time and know that you are on the right track and on the last bus stop. That you are on that step that leads to every what? To end everything that is going on in your life. That is what we all must know. So, listen as I play this voice, this document to you. That's how we do it. For those who say I am playing AI, I am not playing AI, I am playing a document. I am reading a very long document. That is what I do. I do research, then now add voice because of my kind of English, so the world will understand what I am doing.
The declaration of a new country, often called the Declaration of Independence, is a foundational assertion by a political entity that it is sovereign and constitutes an independent state. However, the real meaning and effectiveness of that declaration are multifaceted, involving legal, political, and factual elements. 1. The legal requirements. The declarative theory. International law, particularly as codified in the Montevideo Convention of 1933, generally sets out 4 criteria for a new entity to be considered a state. A permanent population. There must be a stable group of people living there. A defined territory. The country must control a specific geographical area, though minor border disputes won't necessarily prevent statehood. A government. There must be some effective organized political control or structure operating within the territory. Capacity to enter into relations with other states. This signifies sovereignty and independence from any other governing power. Under the declarative theory of statehood, once these 4 criteria are met, the entity is a state in international law, regardless of whether other countries formally acknowledge it. The declaration is essentially a public affirmation of these facts. 2. The political reality, the constitutive theory. While the legal criteria are important, in practical terms, a declaration often means little without international recognition. This aligns with the constitutive theory, which holds that an entity becomes a state only when it is recognized as such by other existing states. Sovereignty enforcement. The declaration is a claim of sovereignty. However, the new country must have the means to enforce that claim, meaning it must be able to defend its borders, maintain internal order, monopoly on violence, and operate its government without external control. Global standing. Recognition by other countries, especially powerful ones, is crucial for establishing diplomatic relations, exchanging ambassadors, entering into treaties and trade agreements, gaining membership in international organizations like the United Nations, UN, accessing international finance and resources. In essence, a declaration is the beginning of the process. It signifies a political will to be independent, but it is not the final step. In summary, aspect, meaning of declaration, key challenge, legal, assertion that the 4 criteria of statehood, population, territory, government capacity have been met, proving the effectiveness of the government and its control over the territory. Political, formal announcement of independence from a former ruling power, achieving recognition from a significant number of other sovereign states. The declaration really means, we are an independent state, but for that statement to hold true in the eyes of the world, it needs to be backed up by facts on the ground and acceptance by the international community. Would you like to know about a specific historical declaration of independence, like the US, Kosovo, or South Sudan, to see these concepts in action?
My people, are you with? I hope the voice is coming out loud and clear first. Do you hear the voice? Do you listen to these documents loud and clear? Did you? I want to see on the comment section, did you understand it? Because I want to play for the second time. Do you understand it, or did the voice come outside? Are you hearing the document I'm reading? I'm presenting to you as a Biafra. So for you to understand the meaning of the declaration under the international laws, how they see and what the declaration means to even UN. I hope I'm coming out, my people. I hope I'm coming out. Please, can someone confirm for me? Hoodboy, are you still here? Jennifer, can someone confirm for me if I'm still coming out or not? Can someone confirm for me if I'm still coming out? Can you hear me? Good evening from here. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now, we are doing what? We are talking about what? The meaning of our declaration. What it simply means. Well, before I play it again, I want you to fully believe in this government, in this our declaration. Is it CRC? They go nowhere. They're just playing. They're just putting confusion in your head because of that Chiamaka Jere is no longer in the position of claiming he's honorable, like Radio Ram, crying that he is no longer what? Honorable. Thank you so much, Bishop. Thank you so much. I like all of them. You see those that are against this our declaration because they know that the honorable has ended. And they don't want to answer as honorable. All these things they are doing, the world know that when a new country is being declared, there will be some those that are against you, even that they are the same with you in the beginning. If Red Finland can be against White Finland, what else you want to know again? If the Red was against the declaration of Finland as a country, and what I'm hearing today, the same thing that have happened to many other countries is happening to us. That is why I am of opinion of that. There is no short road to get our freedom, to get recognition. We must pass all the existing criteria. We must maintain all the existing protocol. Listen as I play this document again. The meaning of the declaration. This meaning of declaration will trigger you to do more by funding the government, because what is holding our government is money, nothing more than that. They're on the right track. And when you go to the other way around, they told you, when you ask of the benefits or the value of a declaration getting international recognition, the easiest and the easier of the one that not declared, like Ogenkre, Sone Akparawa them, RCC, IPOB, One Nigeria. They told that it's going to be in a very hard way. That the easiest one is that one that made official declaration with a document and the grievances of the people, why they exit, and evidence of what makes them to exit Nigeria. Forget this. That is why sometimes I love all my people who take their time to debunk their lies, but it's not my thing. The only way was mentioned their name is like now, because they did not. See, the problem is this level where we are. We in entire movement of Biafra, we have never come to this level. We have never come to this level where we are right now. That is why people did not understand the meaning and the level and the value of the declaration, or the importance of the declaration under the United Nations charters. Now that we are hearing about Montevideo Convention and the UN charters and what it means when you declare a country, if they ask you on your own, between this government that made a declaration right now with all you have had right now and those shenanigans, what is in your mind? For my mind, what is in my mind? That the government is absolutely doing well. That the declaration is easiest way to get recognition for a new country. And they give you example of those that are not even recognized right now, like Taiwan. Taiwan in China is a country. Are you hearing them? No. Kosovo is a country. South Sudan is a country. But there is things that these people lack. That thing they lack is what you and I have today. That is why you will see Kosovo, for over how many years of the declaration of them being a country, they lack recognition on the global stage. And there is a reason why they lack that recognition. This official declaration document that Nigeria did not have, that is only what Nigeria have, is they have Britain, have UK, London, anywhere they go, they'll carry them and go and lobby them in there. But you have what they did not. That is why you must be proud and stand on the side of your government of the new country being declared on November 29, 2024, as the only right and legal and the legit government that you have. I want to play it again before we go into our analysis. Listen. Pay attention. Record it for a purpose, that when they start talking their shenanigans, play it to them so they will shut up their mouths. That is why none of them come to challenge me. If anyone comes to try to, the other one who come, we have done it once and he understands, and then he no longer come.
The declaration of a new country, often called a Declaration of Independence, is a
It's often called what? A declaration of independence of what? A new state. Declaration. It's being called a declaration of independence for a new state. Declaration. What is declaration? That thing that all the Biafrans gathered up in Helsinki, like in Finland, and the sign about it. That is what? A declaration of independence for a new country. And that is the highest step, because you know that somebody who will go to university must pass through nursery and primary school first. So our government is doing the right thing. The number one thing that we have in our hand is what? That's our official declaration. African people, the so-called one Nigerians, and those who claim their IPOB, those who claim their CRC, those who claim their fallback, those who faces unite, they never come to search and understand the meaning of declaration of a new country. Because that is where the game begins. That is the beginning and the end of what is that, because the declaration leads you to the end. What is the end? Official recognition is the end of it. Listen as I play it without interrupting. Before, after this one, then we'll be playing and be pausing, and we'll do our exposition or do more explanation about it in our local way, that all of us are going to understand it, so you will know your belief and what you stand for.
foundational assertion by a political entity that it is sovereign and constitutes an independent state.
Please
However,
hit the like button,
the
hit the
real
like
meaning
button,
and
please.
effectiveness of that declaration are multifaceted, involving legal, political, and factual elements. 1. The legal requirements. The declarative theory. International law, particularly as codified in the Montevideo Convention of 1933, generally sets out 4 criteria for a new entity to be considered a state. A permanent population. There must be a stable group of people living there. A defined territory. The country must control a specific geographical area, though minor border disputes won't necessarily prevent statehood. A government. There must be some effective organized political control or structure operating within the territory. Capacity to enter into relations with other states. This signifies sovereignty and independence from any other governing power. Under the declarative theory of statehood, once these 4 criteria are met, the entity is a state in international law, regardless of whether other countries formally acknowledge it. The declaration is essentially a public affirmation of these facts. 2. The political reality. The constitutive theory. While the legal criteria are important, in practical terms, a declaration often means little without international recognition. This aligns with the constitutive theory, which holds that an entity becomes a state only when it is recognized as such by other existing states. Sovereignty enforcement. The declaration is a claim of sovereignty. However, the new country must have the means to enforce that claim, meaning it must be able to defend its borders, maintain internal order, monopoly on violence, and operate its government without external control. Global standing. Recognition by other countries, especially powerful ones, is crucial for establishing diplomatic relations, exchanging ambassadors, entering into treaties and trade agreements, gaining membership in international organizations like the United Nations, UN, accessing international finance and resources. In essence, a declaration is the beginning of the process. It signifies a political will to be independent, but it is not the final step. In summary, aspect, meaning of declaration. Key challenge. Legal. Assertion that the 4 criteria of statehood, population, territory, government capacity, have been met. Proving the effectiveness of the government and its control over the territory. Political. Formal announcement of independence from a former ruling power. Achieving recognition from a significant number of other sovereign states. The declaration really means, we are an independent state, but for that statement to hold true in the eyes of the world, it needs to be backed up by facts on the ground and acceptance by the international community. Would you like to know about a specific historical declaration of independence, like the US, Kosovo, or South Sudan, to see these concepts in action?
That's what I told you. We must pass the road that every other country has passed. And we must get to that standard of those that are country on their own. And now seek for what? The international recognition. I hope it sounds clear to your ear. This evening we are discussing on issue of what a declaration of a new country really means. Now, are you getting the understanding of this our declaration? Because the declaration level on the global stage is not that way we look at it. That is why the government of the United States of Biafra are piloting their fare, their criteria, their template is what you see that we are reading out here in this Montevideo Convention of 1933, and all that surrenders this Montevideo of 1933. So we must continue because of what? When you are doing something good, there is no need stopping it. And when you're on the right track, you don't have to fear. My joy is that when you read that all these things, they told you that after a country is being declared, that the enemies will come around. The declaration end agitation. Declaration of a new country, and that's a mere political agitation. Now you have name. Now after declaration, you become a country, you become a state. Then now looking for other states to give recognition. I will not be my full name. I will not have my name, and you want to use another person to go and look for job in another place to do, or someone to be calling another person's name. How? Where? It's on that name that you are answering is what speaks for you. And that is what they will use to recognize you, my people.
The declaration of a new country, often called a Declaration of Independence, is a foundational assertion by a political entity that it is sovereign and constitutes an independent state.
I hope you are listening. The declaration of a new country, often called a declaration of independency, of what? Of a new country, is a foundation by a political entity that it is sovereign, and the constituted are independent states. Jennifer, you will not jump. Everything will work according to the one thing leads to another thing. One thing. The way that a declaration that takes us how many years? Think of after the war, and starting from 99 to 2024. Jennifer, is it how many years? Can you check? That we have been agitating for over all these years. I want you to, how many years from 1999 to 2024 that we made our declaration? Is it how many years? So, and no country has declared their country. That's what is happening under 8 months or some. They got it, and because of we are fighting for a country who is a member of a Commonwealth, a member of the UN, and this member of the EU, a member of the OAU. All these things that you are seeing, they told you there is what they called territorial integrity of Nigeria, that they will not jump into it, but things will trigger the action to come. That is why we need political pressure on the global stage to prove to them that Biafra is a sovereign state. Are you following? Are you following me? So, when you are listening to this, the declaration of a new country, often called a declaration of independence, is a foundation by a political entity that it is a sovereign and constituted as independent state. That is what our declaration simply means. From that day, we opened our declaration and made it and signed those documents. From that day, we become an independent state outrightly and with peaceful movement, not under violence anymore. Not under armed struggle anymore, but we want it peaceful for us to be able to achieve our recognition very fast. And believe you me, things is going to play out. You had our DPM on Saturday telling you that in the next 2 weeks, there's some things that will happen will shock you. And believe me, it's going to be like that. So, if you cannot, if we have been ever to be waiting from 1999 to 2024, why can't you wait? Some countries being getting the recognition. Today, Kosovo has never got recognition, but they have built everything. If you go to under 19 football team, they have, under 17 they have, under 20 they have, snow team they have. The same way they have their army, they have their police, they have everything. But they have never achieved international recognition. That is why we have to do it the way it's supposed to be. Let's continue.
However, the real meaning and effectiveness of that declaration are multifaceted, involving legal, political, and factual elements.
Do you hear that? However, the really meaning and effective of that declaration are multiple, involve legal, political, and the what? Factual elements. For those who are shouting, oh, Ngozi is a politician, oh, Toji is a politician, Toji Nama is a politician. If you are not a politician, you can never get a new country because it's all about politics. Do you hear it here? Effective of the declaration are multiple-thread and involve legal, political, and the factual elements. Do you hear that? So, politics is involved. And agitation is a politics. Agitation is a mere politics of a group of section claiming that they want a new country. But a declaration of a new country is an independent of the new state. Now tell me that now that IPOB is still agitating, you are there. Now that fallback is agitating, is it okay? Now that the so-called RCC is not even agitating, they are no way to be found. They're only planning a way to get to you. And that is what they are doing. And the only hope you have is the government of what? United States of Biafra that are ready to make you. That is why we are doing everything right now. So it's when we, Biafra people, understand what our declaration simply means, then when we are playing along with the understanding of the new country that has been have an independent state after his declaration, and then when we stand on that and present to the world that we have met all the criteria, then the act of recognition is also a politics. And those who want to recognize us, they must have an interest or what they want to gain from us. There is an interest into it. So we will, the government of Biafra, we will consider those interests before signing any agreement or anything with them. But I want to remember that the recognition goes to that's what that you must make a declaration of a new country. You must become an existing country before you can be able to lay hand on recognition, because despite UN or even including UN, those that are going to give recognition, they are all what states, they are all what country, they are all what nation. Not a group. UN on the own cannot give recognition because there must be a process. And somebody who is a member who is not among the top world 5 powers, like America. When you think America will not be the first because they are into world power. They will not talk about Biafra until many other countries have been there because they are the world power. The 5 world power will not intervene. They will not use their mouth. But if there is somebody, another country have given recognition to draw their attention because they are full member. So when you look at those things that is happening, then we must understand what we're supposed to do, that we don't have to be in a hurry this time around. We don't have to be in a hurry. Because now that you have a government that is very effective, that is working, you must pay attention. Please, the like is too small. Please like and share the program, please. If you're first time coming, you will see a 3 dots in front of your phone. There is a 3 dots on top of your phone there. Click on that 3 dots, it will open. You will see like and share. Then also like the page if you never do that. Please help us to build the page by liking and sharing, and also subscribe. Please, we ask to do that for us. It's very important, because when you do that, you are making the message to go viral. Now we'll continue.
1. The legal requirements. The declarative theory. International law, particularly as codified in the Montevideo Convention of 1933, generally sets out 4 criteria for a new entity to be considered a state. A permanent population. There must be a stable group of people living there. A defined territory. The country must control a specific geographical area, though minor border disputes won't necessarily prevent statehood. A government. There must be some effective organized political control or structure operating within the territory. Capacity to enter into relations with other states. This signifies sovereignty and independence from any other governing power. Under the declarative theory of statehood, once these 4 criteria are met, the entity is a state in international law, regardless of whether other countries formally acknowledge it. The declaration is essentially a public affirmation of these facts. 2. The political reality. The constitutive theory. While the legal criteria are important, in practical terms, a declaration of...
Just hold it here for something. Number 1, the legal requirements of a new country that was being declared, like United States of Biafra. The requirement they need from our hand. The legal requirements. International law, particularly as codified in the Montevideo Convention of 1933, generally sets out 4 criteria for a new entity to become considered a state. The Montevideo Convention of 1933 generally sets out 4 criteria for a new entity, for a new country to be considered a state. Number 1, a permanent population. You always heard this from this platform. There must be a stable group of people living there. Today, in Chidubem, you're welcome. Today in the Biafra land, a permanent group of people, are they not living there? If you are doubt, what of those that voted on our election on November 4th, that government conduct their first ever election? There is. That criteria has been met. A defined territory. The country must control a specific geographical area through minor border. Despite the minor of the border dispute, without necessarily prevent stakehood. What do you see here? Stephen Ojukwu, are you back? I remove you from block. So listen, we are talking about our Biafra, the new country. So if you don't go and help transformer, and may your one Nigeria continue to happen to you, and may you continue to be disgraced, may the world continue to rubbish you. That is why they have sanctioned your one Nigeria, put you on a country of a particular concern. That is why. That is why they fool you. Where are you today? They have tagged you on a country of particular concern, a country of a destined killer that kills the indigenous people. What I'm reading, I'm not reading Gozo Arabese. That is why you are a fool, because you cannot research. I am reading at what it means to declare a new country. What that declaration that is making you, running you mad, that proving that how foolish you are, that those that are killing you is the one you love and want to stay with them. I am not against you with your one Nigeria. I am not. I'm not talking about, I'm not against you. But why are you against me and my Biafra? Am I forcing you to be a Biafran? And you are answering a name of our hero. But I know that you're not an Igbo man. Because if you are an Igbo man, please, I want you to call me. Let us debate on what I am reading about a new country declaration. What does it mean? Under the Montevideo Convention of 1933, under the UN Charter articles, under all these laws, under the Geneva Convention, under the Vienna Convention, can you come and tell me what it means to have a new country? Is it not a right of a people to have a new country? If you are a man enough, if you are not a Fulani man, call on my number, plus I challenge you. And if you did not call me, you are a Fulani Sokoto Caliphate jihadist man who is a killer of indigenous people. If you did not call me on this number, plus 973360513337. If you cannot call and let people hear you, that means you are a big fool. If you cannot call me, even John David, you are writing English, so you can speak English. You can speak the one you are writing. I want to ask you a question. Then call me and ask me a question. Stephen, if you did not call on that number, I will block you again because I just removed you from my block list today. If you cannot call me, I will put you where you belong again. May one Nigeria look at what will happen to you. Who represents one Nigeria? May you be in this condition. My own, but have an evidence. May any of you who come here to prove your stupidity, may you lie down, may you be laid down like this.
I've already said it. I've already said goodbye to my parents.
May your condition, may members of your family put down like this.
I told them, if I die, that's it all. But when it comes to saying the truth with facts on the ground, look at the facts. The president of Khan in Nigeria denied.
Look at it.
What sort of president? I hope he's not a member of a cultism.
Like Stephen
Because
Oju.
if he's a member of the cultism, he's a partaker of blood sucking in Nigeria. But I know he's not there. May God show him mercy. May God forgive him. He's innocent. He's ignorant. What he was saying, he doesn't know it. He doesn't know what is happening with us here in the north, especially middlemen.
Ojuku, do you see it?
Every morning.
And Ojuku, may your family member be run like this.
Running up and running. Look at Nigeria.
Yes, this is Nigeria you are claiming you are protecting. You come to talk about Ngozi Arabeze.
Every morning you'll be hearing running up
May
and
this
running.
Ojuku,
Running up
Stephen,
and
I
running.
wish you this.
Look at Nigeria. They're just running.
If you come here to
through.
talk trash,
These
may
are the-
this become
the-
your
the
portion.
mind.
In the name of Chukwu
You can
Okabiam.
see the gunsan, the Kaladem. You can see the sun every day, and Nigeria will be Nigeria don't turn to war ground.
That is why we live. That is why we don't want this war.
Terrorist bandits that are disrupting.
Ojuku Stephen, may this become your position. Anybody who comes and says, "Man, talk not about Ngozi Arabeze."
Look at
On this
Nigeria,
good
they're
job that he's doing, on the good job of the Biafra government is doing to save my life, may this become your position.
You can see the sun every day. And
May this happen to you anywhere you are, happen to the member of your family.
Citizens are not running up and down because of this.
May you be force sound. May you be buried this way. May this become your position. This is what I wish you. May people gather for you and the member of your family. In that your one Nigeria you believe. I have told you to call Mugu. Fulani man you cannot call. You answer Stephen Ojuku. Not the Ojuku we're talking about. Who defend the Biafran people? Not him.
Mr. President.
Igbo youths.
May all this happen to you.
The Fulani terrorists came into the hospital and seized.
May they came to anywhere, Stephen, and anybody who will comment nonsense here. May this become your position.
Solve the problem of insecurity.
They will not. People that have a hand in the
this man from Benue State, from North, precisely. He is telling you that Nigeria cannot solve the problem.
So you're alleging that some of these attackers are.
And Ojuku, may you be killed this way. They killed one of your brother. This is a brigadier general in Nigeria. Look at how ASWAP wasted him in Nigeria. Stephen Ojuku, may this become your portion. When Massacre was calling on him, come outside, he refused. He wanted to become brigadier. Look at where he ended up his life. A disgrace. Shame upon him. Look at it. Come and write notice here again.
Nigerians. So yesterday, being the
now, people, let's go back to what we are doing. When they come, they cannot write it again. They don't decide. I have what I'll give to you now. Come. If this one is not enough, I'll give you more evidence. Food. So, my people, we are back. We are on number 1. The legal requirement of a new declared country. International law under the Montevideo Convention give us the criteria, and all these criteria they give us there is 4 important one. That is what is called 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is the most important among all these, and all these important 4, we as the Biafran people that make a declaration, we are telling UN, we are calling on US. We are calling on all the countries in the world to know that we have met this criteria. We have a permanent population that are living in Biafra territory. We have a defined territory. We call it 40 states that made up of United States of Biafra being declared on November 29, 2024. We have effective government, who is in charge of the affair of the Biafran people. The government is ready, well organized, effective to enter into any agreement or any relation with every other countries in the world who want to give us recognition. Remember, we are not declared under war or under armed struggle. Rather, we did what? We declare it peacefully. And we are now seeking, now that the so-called one Nigeria, that means a death sentence to every indigenous people. If you are doubting me, the video that I showed you now is a video of the indigenous people. They are all being buyed by the Fulani Jihadist Caliphate. Those that the British handed over Nigeria. Those that are caretaker. British is the landlord. We are not your problem. We are not your problem. Rather, we are the solution. Biafra is the solution. This Biafra was declared officially that's going to make everything easy. Is the solution of all that is going on in Nigeria. Because you are suppressing, you want to cover the light. And the light, whenever it comes, is open all the calamity that has happened in the night. That is truth. Nigeria is night. Midnight darkness. Biafra is the light. That is why the blood of the innocent Biafra that was massacred, that was killed, that was played down in this genocide that happened, they are crying today. They are the one disgracing Nigeria with all this blood. And many of them said, we will never go back to Nigeria. Let's continue. We have a government that can sign any agreement that is good for the Biafran people, that also benefits you. Under the declaration of a stakehold, once these 4 criteria are met, the entity is a state in the international law. Once we met these 4 criteria, after our declaration of United States of Biafra on November 29, 2024, we have met all these 4 criteria. They say that under the international law, that we are what? We are state. Listen, regardless of whether other countries acknowledge us or recognize us now or not, we are what? A sovereign state. We are a country on our own. Because you must be an existing country before other existing country will come to give you recognition. You must. You must. Also here, he said here, regardless of whether other countries formally acknowledge us as a country after our declaration, the declaration is a public affiliation of their facts. The declaration is what? The most. That is the evidence. That is the notification that comes into your life that you are what? A sovereign state. That's why they said whether other countries has officially or formally acknowledged our declaration, that we have been from the day that we made this our real declaration on November 29, 2024 to exit Nigeria, that means death sentence to every indigenous people. From that day, we become a sovereign state, not a group anymore. Not a mere political group. No. We become what? They said here, the international law said that we become existing country on our own until we get the international recognition. They said even though they said that our territory, our boundary will be under dispute with present Nigeria that we are existing from. These are pure figure and facts that will need our attention, we need to know about it. So when you see all this shenanigans of Ogenkere, you know that they are not genuine. They are only here to do what? To make money on behalf of or with the name of this Biafra. And the worst part of it is that the majority of the Biafran people are with the words United States of Biafra. That is why they will call it a user population. No. And under the international law, they only use a population under UN to recognize you as a country. Under Montevideo Convention, the population is what that was the first criteria. Today, Biafran government, led by the Congo Arabese, all the population of Biafran people are with her. Forget these minority people that are making on social media. The world know what they stand and how they will treat them at last. Ogona, you are welcome. Nduoku, you are welcome. Can see you. Let's continue listening.
Often means little without international recognition. This aligns with the constitutive theory, which holds that an entity becomes a state only when it is recognized as such by other existing states.
Listen here. Number 2, the political reality. The political reality. Political reality. So you will know that everything about a new country, everything is all about politics. I said, Everything is all about what? Politics. So when you see those that did not understand what it takes to build a new country, they will tell you, oh, Master Council will get Biafra with truth and honesty. But they never know that Biafra will be getting by through political means. And if you're not into politics, you can't play the game. What are you hearing here? It's all about diplomatic and the political. Now, when Tochi is a politician, you thank you Tochi for coming as a politician, because that is those we need at this time around to play these politics on the international global stage to get us Biafra. If you are not a politician, you cannot handle Biafra. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is an international and local politician. Uwazurike is only a local, not international. That is why he fell. Simon Ekpanjoko is international and local, a politician. Ngozi Rebeze also is international and local politician in America, both in Nigeria. That is why he is in one of those organizations that are presenting who will be a president in Nigeria today. Abraham, good evening from here. So, everything about a new country, what do you hear here? It's all about what? Politics. Why the legal criteria are important. In the particular terms, a declaration often means a little without. A declaration means a light that leads to international recognition. A declaration, a light that leads to what? International recognition. Which holds that the entity becomes a state. After the declaration, it simply means that you become a new state. This is under the international law. And we are talking about the legal aspect of it. Why those who are calling for Ngozi to be arrested? No, she is handling it under the legal aspect, so she can be saved. That is why all your noise, planning to use this one to arrest him, cannot work, because she refused and she maintained the criteria of the international law, which is at the legal aspect of it, of a declaration of a new country. Sovereignty effective, listen.
Sovereignty enforcement. The declaration is a claim of sovereignty. However, the new country must have the means to enforce that claim, meaning it must be able to defend its borders, maintain internal order, monopoly on violence, and operate its government without external control.
Do you also know that violence is involved when a new country is being declared? That violence is also involved. Do you hear it here? This is a legal aspect that we handle this evening. Please, as you come, please like and share. We want this message to go viral to those who don't know what it means. Who don't know the meaning of a declaration of a new country. Those that do not understand the meaning of this, our declaration, they did not understand it. Because they refuse to search. Even though they claim that there is social media for 1900 Bregadim, that they was born inside social media, that they are on their own as social media. That's why I told you, after our declaration, a lot of things got to change. The way we reason, the way we see things, and things we do. The government are not be going to do things into the IPOB organization. No, they are not going to be doing things into when we are in bridging. No, they must meet this legal and international criteria that we are seeing here. They must stand on all this existing protocol and maintain them to keep peace. Despite knowing we're time for violence, the time of violence will come. Sovereignty enforcement. The declaration is a claim of a sovereignty. The declaration is what? A claim of a sovereignty. However, the new country must have the means to enforce that claim of a sovereignty. We have first one by what? Conducting election in Biafra land, in old Anambra, in the 3 states that are of old Anambra, Ikemba, Odimegwu, and the Omambra. That election is also to enforce that this is our territory. Don't think that the enforcement is going to be with the water. No. There is many ways to enforce this. Number one, enforcement has hold. The number one that's coming again is for you to sit at home on November 29, 2025. The sit at home. Even if you're in a Lagos state, you can observe Biafra sit at home anywhere you are in the world. You can observe it. November 29. It is very sacrosanct. That is another enforcement to prove that the government is in control. Are you not going to sit at home that day? Are you not going to sit at home on November 29 to prove to the world that the government is in control, that the United States of Biafra is real? You are sitting at home is to enable, to prove in the eyes of the international global community that the declaration of Biafra is real, and also that the government is in charge, that they are the one controlling the affairs, the territory of Biafra. That is why you must sit at home on 29th of November 2020. On that our day of our independence, we all must have to do something. Sit at home is always, anywhere you are, sit at home. Get a brave job. Go to work. Bring a medical certificate that you want to take a rest. They give it in hospital. Take a break from your work. That's one day. 29, to prove to the world that the declaration is real and the Biafra is real and the government are effective working. First thing, they said they have to do what? Means of enforcement of their claim that the Biafra government is in charge, that our territory is under the Biafran government. Sit at home. It's not one, that one is not going to kill any of us. It means it must be able to defend its border. We are getting there. Maintaining internal order. Monopoly of violence. When Nigerian government bring violence now that we have Biafra has been declared, we give them violence back. Remember when Abato said, a government is violence. We respond to that. That's one account Nigeria is always on violence. They are not only going to have monopoly of violence. A new country to claim and maintain their border, they must somehow show violence. Not every time peaceful movement. No. Do you know that our peaceful disobedience is another violence? To show violence, do you know that? That is why you must continue to sit at home on Monday and the one that comes on 29. Please, if you believe in the United States of Biafra declaration, that is a light, that is a destiny changer. Biafra is a destiny changer. He will remove you from all the trauma that Nigeria has put on you. Are you following? It is very important for you to know that. And it operates its government without external control. When the government gives order, we as citizens obey that order. It simply means that the Biafra government is the one in control. That there is no outside order control. That we are outright having our freedom. That we are outright a sovereign state. That we are no longer under the so-called one Nigeria that is a destiny killer. That also means that one Nigeria simply means death sentence to every indigenous person. We must continue.
Global standing, recognition by other countries, especially powerful ones, is crucial for.
Do you hear that? Global standing, recognition by other countries, especially now. How is clearly here? Recognition from other countries to recognize you as a country. call is plus 7 3 6 0 5 1 3 7. Again, plus 9 7 3 6 0 5 1 3 7. You can call only on WhatsApp. The line is open. If you call, we will take your call and listen to you. If you got the number, let me know you got the number correct. It's only on WhatsApp. Let's continue.
Establishing diplomatic relations, exchanging ambassadors.
Establish who are the one. That is why I want to understand the meaning of the declaration. Forget all this shenanigans they are doing. Forget all this Iraq we are seeing. Forget that noise that Shemakajera is making because he wants to continue eating in the pocket of the name Biafra. A country will recognize what? A country. You will be an existing country before other countries will recognize you. That is the meaning of declaration I've already made. Are you following? Exchanging diplomatic relations, exchanging ambassadors. We have ambassadors in the for the new country, not as a group of people. You will never get any recognition because you must answer existing country before you other countries will come to recognize you. This is a law of the UN Charter. They only stand for existing country to defend them and protect them. Recognition is making it automatically that you have become, from that recognition, then you can be able to seek for UN membership and become a fully member of the UN, which will go under process, which will go under criteria.
Entering into treaties and trade agreements.
That is work of a new country. Entering into agreements. Entering into what? Agreement. Sign treaties. That you are a country. Look at the business we are doing. Look at exchange we are going to be making. Look at how our oil it is. Look at all the things that we have. So those ones, they will choose what they want to do with you. And then, if it please you, we sign.
Gaining membership in international organizations like the United Nations, UN.
Remember from where we start to, from the declaration and being existing country, that we get international recognition. Remember. Now, what are they saying? Once you get this international recognition and sign these treaties with other countries in the world, that on the international global stage, that's the, what again? The next step is what? Getting membership in the international organization like the United Nations, UN. Are you following? I don't know whether you get the number correct, brother. So do you see how that everything, you see, we will not jump and get UN membership. No. That's why everything is from one step to another step. One step to another step. That is how it works. We were not going to fly. We will take all the criteria and process all of them and be getting everything one after the other. But the issue, the main thing that we must understand is what the declaration that we made, that was made on November 20, 2024, what it stands for. And that is where everything made easy for us. If Afghanistan that did with America and chased them away, we get recognition today from Russia and other countries in the world. Before Russia, as a member of the UN, organized them, many other countries that are into IBCL has already recognized them. Remember that. The final big country in the world that has recognized Afghanistan is who? Russia. Remember, when they asked Putin a question, he said, America, because of your enemy does not mean they are going to be my enemy. Because of you are fighting with doesn't mean I will fight with them. Those we are friends are not my friends. And they are not fighting over it. This is how it plays out. So this our own will not be different. Despite what UK, London, England, they are doing today against us, because they are the one that stopped our recognition officially. British was the one who stopped Biafra recognition. They stop it. They present all manner of lie to many countries that come to recognize us without even asking us about oil. Many countries in the world will come. British, UK, London chase them back, put lies on us. That is why in a country where you must stand in the government to debunk those lies they are presenting about us, so we can face the reality. David, you are welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you. That's why you called it this evening. But we must continue.
Accessing international finance and resources.
Do you hear it? Accessing international financial resources. You must be a country before you can access all this. You must be a country, not a group. That's why when you see fallback and the shenanigans, they are 419. They are agents of Nigeria. When you see CRC, they play divide and rule on them. The people they refuse to divide is the real people who believe in our official declaration of United States of Biafra that is going to become what? A life changer, destiny changer, destiny helper, the bride of all black in this world.
In essence, a declaration is the beginning of the process. It signifies a political will to be independent, but it is not the final step.
We are not hiding the truth from you. In essence, a declaration is the beginning of the process. It signifies a political will to be independent, but it is not the final step. Have I said that our declaration is the final step? No. Our declaration, you look for, you start signing treaties. You ask for countries to recognize you. After we have get this recognition from other countries, what will happen? Then we go into what? To become what? A member of the UN. From that, we ask them for financial resources. From there, we go into other steps. Listen in this.
In summary, aspect, meaning of declaration.
Aspects,
Key challenge.
meaning of declaration.
Legal. Assertion that the four criteria of statehood, population, territory, government capacity have been.
Do you hear that? That the full criteria, that the four criteria of statehood, again, population, territory, government, capacity to enter into agreement with every other country in the world. Prove the effective of the government and its control over the territory.
Been met, proving the effectiveness of the government and its control over the territory. Political, formal announcement of independence from a former ruling power, achieving recognition from a significant number of other sovereign states.
Do you hear that? Announcement of independence from former ruling power. Nigeria will one day open their mouth, announce that Biafra has become a country very, very soon. When I say some things, I smile because I have gone through research and find out that we are on the right track. That those who will tell Nigeria to recognize Biafra will tell them. Like when they tell India to recognize, when they told India to recognize Pakistan, when they told India to recognize Bangladesh, when they told Pakistan to recognize Bangladesh, all these things will happen. The same way Pakistan arrested Rahman, the president of Bangladesh, is the same way Nigeria kidnapped our president Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. But everything later come in line and be concluded. So Do not panic. If you can be agitating from 1999 to this day, what if it take us 2 years for recognition? Are you going to withdraw? What if in case if it take us 2 years to get recognition, are you going to stop supporting the government? When the going get tough, it's when you know those who stand with you. Are you proud on the comment section to stand with United States of Biafra, even if our recognition take 2 years? I want to see those who want to stand. But for me, I stand even if it take us 5 years, because I know that good things is not coming easily. You know what it takes to cook a good soup in the house. You know what it takes to make a good meal. That is what it is. I will stand no matter what happens. I must stand with USB government. They are doing the right thing to the Biafran people. They are not gossiping like every other group are gossiping. They focus on the main deed. What is the main deed? To achieve the recognition for the Biafran people. Only one person, Isaac, said that he will stand. What of others? Where are you? Are you not going to stand with your government? No matter what happened. Are you going to run away? It's only me and Isaac said that we will stand. Are you going to stand? Are you going to run away? Tell us on the comment section. Just try to stand with USB or USB like Isaac just is put it there. That is all we needed. Isaac, thank you to being the first person who commented that you will stand, despite that you join us late. That is how you know those that are the spirit of Biafra is living with them 24 hours. Achieving recognition from a significant numbers of other sovereign states. I hope you have understand the importance of declaration. What declaration leads us to get? Listen.
A declaration really means we are an independent state. But
declaration means we are what? Independent states. Can someone just put it in that way for me for comment section? That the declaration means we are an independent state. That United States of Biafra is what? An independent state. Declaration means that United States of Biafra is what? Independent state. But for the... Let's continue.
For that statement to hold true in the eyes of the world, it needs to be backed up by facts on the ground and acceptance by the international community. Would you like to know about a specific...
Yes, so Ike, thank you so much. Even if he miss us another more, in fact, you have heart of a stone. That's what we need. We are, the declaration really means we are an independent state, not a group anymore, not mere political group. We are no longer there. But for the statements to be held true in the eyes of the world, it needs to be backed up by facts on the ground and acceptance by the international community. What does it mean here? The statement to hold true in the eyes of. You see, this our election. You did not understand the meaning of our election that has been conducted in Biafra land on ground. You don't know the meaning of it. Look at now, it's where you understand the meaning of that election. That the world are watching, looking to see effective of the government and how they enforce people to obey the law in the Biafra land. That is why the election that happened on November 4th was very important for our recognition in the eyes of the international global community. That is why it's so important. Our declaration of United States of Biafra. And also, with all these things that now that you are hearing or you was being told that on 29th of November is sit at home. Sit at home because let the international global community know that the government is in charge. Do you see why the government is giving you all these things little by little? And also, so you will not feel pain. So you know that the government, that this government will also care for you. Those on the comment section is only 3 people stand. That even if it takes us more 2 days, so all of you are not going to. You after this thing, you will disappear. Because now, the one I saw is what I believe, but the one I hear sometimes is a lies. Like all these lies that okay increase. So now faces tonight go 247. They are telling you without evidence. I hope you understand what we did this evening. There is many other countries today. They have made a declaration. They are a sovereign state, but they never got international recognition. Without recognition, once you make a declaration, you become what? Independent states outrightly.
Specific historical declaration of independence, like the US, Kosovo, or South Sudan, to see these concepts in action?
Because US, there was a time they were a new country. These United States people are there today making noise. There was a time that US made their declaration. They become a sovereign state. They become a sovereign state without recognition. Until France backed them up in everything. I'm not going to succeed. Our own is very near. We must continue to stand. Like I said, our line is open in case if you want to call. The number to call is +9 7 3 60 51 337. That is number to call in case if you want to call and make your own suggestion, or also to put your mind on things that you've been had this evening from this document. But meanwhile, I am going to play it again. So I'm going to play it in full so you understand what the international law, what UN, what Montevideo Convention start for you after the declaration of United States of Biafra.
The declaration of a new country, often called a Declaration of Independence, is a foundational assertion by a political entity that it is sovereign and constitutes an independent state. However, the real meaning and effectiveness of that declaration are multifaceted, involving legal, political, and factual elements. 1. The legal requirements. The declarative theory. International law, particularly as codified in the Montevideo Convention of 1933, generally sets out 4 criteria for a new entity to be considered a state. A permanent population. There must be a stable group of people living there. A defined territory. The country must control a specific geographical area, though minor border disputes won't necessarily prevent statehood. A government. There must be some effective organized political control or structure operating within the territory. Capacity to enter into relations with other states. This signifies sovereignty and independence from any other governing power. Under the declarative theory of statehood, once these 4 criteria are met, the entity is a state in international law, regardless of whether other countries formally acknowledge it. The declaration is essentially a public affirmation of these facts. 2. The political reality. The constitutive theory. While the legal criteria are important, in practical terms, a declaration often means little without international recognition. This aligns with the constitutive theory, which holds that an entity becomes a state only when it is recognized as such by other existing states. Sovereignty enforcement. The declaration is a claim of sovereignty. However, the new country must have the means to enforce that claim, meaning it must be able to defend its borders, maintain internal order, monopoly on violence, and operate its government without external control. Global standing. Recognition by other countries, especially powerful ones, is crucial for establishing diplomatic relations, exchanging ambassadors, entering into treaties and trade agreements, gaining membership in international organizations like the United Nations, UN, accessing international finance and resources. In essence, a declaration is the beginning of the process. It signifies a political will to be independent, but it is not the final step. In summary, aspect, meaning of declaration, key challenge, legal, assertion that the 4 criteria of statehood, population, territory, government capacity have been met, proving the effectiveness of the government and its control over the territory. Political, formal announcement of independence from a former ruling power, achieving recognition from a significant number of other sovereign states. The declaration really means, we are an independent state, but for that statement to hold true in the eyes of the world, it needs to be backed up by facts on the ground and acceptance by the international community. Would you like to know about a specific historical declaration of independence, like the US, Kosovo, or South Sudan, to see these concepts in action?
I hope you paid attention. You listened. If you are just joining us, I will play it again as we are waiting for if anyone want to call. So I'll give number out to call in case if there's something you want to contribute or anything you want to talk about, like sit at home, the government called, and every other thing that is in your mind.
The declaration of a new country, often called a Declaration of Independence, is a foundational assertion by a political entity that it is sovereign and constitutes an independent state. However, the real meaning and effectiveness of that declaration legal, political, and factual elements. 1. The legal requirements. The declarative theory. International law, particularly as codified in the Montevideo Convention of 1933, generally sets out 4 criteria for a new entity to be considered a state. A permanent population. There must be a stable group of people living there. A defined territory. The country must control a specific geographical area, though minor border disputes won't necessarily prevent statehood. A government. There must be some effective organized political control or structure operating within the territory. Capacity to enter into relations with other states. This signifies sovereignty and independence from any other governing power. Under the declarative theory of statehood, once these 4 criteria are met, the entity is a state in international law, regardless of whether other countries formally acknowledge it. The declaration is essentially a public affirmation of these facts. 2. The political reality, the constitutive theory. While the legal criteria are important, in practical terms, a declaration often means little without international recognition. This aligns with the constitutive theory, which holds that an entity becomes a state only when it is recognized as such by other existing states. Sovereignty enforcement. The declaration is a claim of sovereignty. However, the new country must have the means to enforce that claim, meaning it must be able to defend its borders, maintain internal order, monopoly on violence, and operate its government without external control. Global standing. Recognition by other countries, especially powerful ones, is crucial for establishing diplomatic relations, exchanging ambassadors, entering into treaties and trade agreements, gaining membership in international organizations like the United Nations, UN, accessing international finance and resources. In essence, a declaration is the beginning of the process. It signifies a political will to be independent, but it is not the final step. In summary, aspect, meaning of declaration, key challenge, legal, assertion that the 4 criteria of statehood, population, territory, government capacity have been met, proving the effectiveness of the government and its control over the territory. Political, formal announcement of independence from a former ruling power, achieving recognition from a significant number of other sovereign states. The declaration really means, we are an independent state, but for that statement to hold true in the eyes of the world, it needs to be backed up by facts on the ground and acceptance by the international community. Would you like to know about a specific historical declaration of independence, like the US, Kosovo, or South Sudan, to see these concepts in action?
Now, that is why we are calling on the every other countries in the world, Australia, Germany, Korea, all the countries in the world, we are calling on you that we have met those criteria. Recognize us for this reason, for us to save the life of the indigenous people in Nigeria, for Africa to know their rights. Recognize us because we have suffered too much. We recognize us because Nigeria has denied us our rights. Biafra will give us all the rights, and in Biafra is the medicine that we use to cure all the trauma that will have happened to us inside Nigeria. We are asking all of you that put these laws, those that outside UN Council, Executive, please recognize us under United States of Biafra. Biafra was redeclared on November 20, 2024. On November 2029, on November 29, 2024, Biafra was fully redeclared as a sovereign state. All of you to end the killing, the injustice, the insecurity that is going on in Nigeria. That is why. And because of Biafra was denied their country, that's happened to be their right in 1967 to 1970, the innocent blood of the genocide committed by Nigeria is the one today disgracing Nigeria and bringing Nigeria to end. If you are one Nigeria, you love one Nigeria, tell you are those that are involved to let us go. We are the journey, we must leave you. If you don't leave, you will sink. You will sink and we shall leave. So for you not to be sink, recognize us. Once we move away from you, you can be able to do whatever you want to yourself. And you can be able to prosper. But keeping Biafra down, you are going to be down more than us. That is why we are calling all the world powers to assist us by giving us water recognition and also sign a treaty and contract with us and give what we need to defend our border. Please. That is what we ask the world. That is why we are reading all these your laws and all their documents, the criteria. And to be a member of the UN, you said that we must first declare, stand as an existing country. That once we declare that there is means independent of the new state, then we shall seek for recognition. If you are watching us from any country, Canada, if you're watching us from Brazil, anywhere you are watching us, please, we are asking for only one thing. International recognition is what we are asking you. Then we will put an end to insecurity that is going on in Nigeria. We will stop the killings of the indigenous people. That is what Biafra. That is why Biafra is important. And that is what Biafra will bring to Africa, to the entire world. They want to make Nigeria a safe haven to attack you. Once you are not Fulani jihadis, once you're not Islamized, you're not Islamic person, they want to do that to you. So that is why you must organize us to end this injustice, this mission. Without Biafra, this mission will be accomplished. Yes. What is the value of declaration of a new country independency? What is this value of a declaration? Now, listen to the value. Remember, we have played what it means. What it really means to declare a new country, to make a declaration of a new country. Now, the value of this new country. What the value of a declaration of a new country independency? Listen to this.
The value of a declaration of independence is primarily political and diplomatic, acting as the essential formal claim for the new state's existence, both internally and to the international community. While international law focuses on the facts, specifically having an effective government, the declaration is the documentary proof that makes the claim legitimate, clear, and actionable for other states. 1. Legal and diplomatic value. A formal claim to statehood. Her declaration serves as the new nation's birth certificate. It is the moment the entity formally asserts it has fulfilled the 4 criteria of the Montevideo Convention: territory, population, government, and capacity to enter into relations with other states. This clarity is vital because it signals intent.
Sorry, my people, the gadget went off because of a low battery. And my mind didn't escape to plug it as I am going on. So I hope we are back. Can someone hear me? Can someone hear me, please? Okay. Thank you so much. One name Odrukwe. Thank you so much. So we'll continue.
Parent state, but with a sovereign political equal. This immediately opens the door to formal diplomatic ties, establishing embassies and exchanging ambassadors, military and financial aid. The new state can legally secure loans, military equipment, and alliances, as the aid is now going to a fellow sovereign state. Treaty making. The Declaration grants the de facto power to contract alliances, establish commerce, and enter into international treaties. 2. Political and internal value. A. Defining national identity and purpose. Declarations are almost always powerful philosophical and political documents that serve to unite the population and justify the Revolutionary Act. Moral justification. They articulate the grievances against the former ruling power and establish the principles, e.g., human rights, self-determination, popular sovereignty, upon which the new country will be founded. Unifying force. It transforms disparate groups of people into a unified people with a shared political goal, essential for mobilizing support for the subsequent fight for actual independence. B. Creating a domestic legal order. The Declaration is the founding document from which all future domestic law, including the new Constitution, derives its authority. It creates a legal break with the old system, allowing the new state to establish its own courts, collect its own taxes, and govern without reference to the laws of the parent state. The Declaration is the legal instrument that transforms subjects into citizens, granting them rights and imposing duties under the new governmental structure. 3. Symbolic and historical value. The Declaration holds immense symbolic value that lasts long after the initial independence struggle. Inspiration. It serves as a historical document that inspires future generations and other subjugated peoples globally, e.g., the influence of the U.S. Declaration of Independence on subsequent independence movements. Public record. It creates a definitive, date-stamped public record of the decision to separate, ensuring the cause is forever enshrined in global history.
Let me start. Let's play it once again. Let us play it once again, please. So, because of what happened, because when the gadget went off, it's already a lot of things went away. We did not listen to it. So let us listen carefully, my people.
The value of a Declaration of Independence is primarily political and diplomatic, acting as the essential formal claim for the new state's existence, both internally and to the international community. While international law focuses on the facts, specifically having an effective government, the Declaration is the documentary proof that makes the claim legitimate, clear, and actionable for other states. 1. Legal and diplomatic value. A formal claim to statehood. A declaration serves as the new nation's birth certificate. It is the moment the entity formally asserts it has fulfilled the 4 criteria of the Montevideo Convention: territory, population, government, and capacity to enter into relations with other states. This clarity is vital because it signals intent. It unambiguously announces the group's intent to secede and to be treated as a sovereign entity, not merely as rebels or a political faction within the parent state. Facilitates recognition. It provides other countries with a legal basis to recognize the new state. Without a formal declaration, recognition could be seen as an illegal act of interference in the domestic affairs of the parent state. B. Securing foreign aid and alliances. The moment a declaration is issued, foreign powers can argue they are no longer dealing with internal dissidents of the parent state, but with a sovereign political equal. This immediately opens the door to formal diplomatic ties, establishing embassies and exchanging ambassadors. Military and financial aid. The new state can legally secure loans, military equipment, and alliances, as the aid is now going to a fellow sovereign state. Treaty making. The Declaration grants the de facto power to contract alliances, establish commerce, and enter into international treaties. 2. Political and internal value. A. Defining national identity and purpose. Declarations are almost always powerful philosophical and political documents that serve to unite the population and justify the Revolutionary Act. Moral justification. They articulate the grievances against the former ruling power and establish the principles, e.g., human rights, self-determination, popular sovereignty, upon which the new country will be founded. Unifying force. It transforms disparate groups of people into a unified people with a shared political goal, essential for mobilizing support for the subsequent fight for actual independence. B. Creating a domestic legal order. The Declaration is the founding document from which all future domestic law, including the new Constitution, derives its authority. It creates a legal break with the old system, allowing the new state to establish its own courts, collect its own taxes, and govern without reference to the laws of the parent state. The Declaration is the legal instrument that transforms subjects into citizens, granting them rights and imposing duties under the new governmental structure. 3. Symbolic and historical value. The Declaration holds immense symbolic value that lasts long after the initial independence struggle. Inspiration. It serves as a historical document that inspires future generations and other subjugated peoples globally, e.g., the influence of the US Declaration of Independence on subsequent independence movements. Public record. It creates a definitive, date-stamped public record of the decision to separate, ensuring the cause is forever enshrined in global history.
I hope you are following. I hope you are listening carefully. You know, when you know what you have, you become happy. I am always happy because of I know the value of declaration. And from that declaration, what is the next step and the things that the government is supposed to do. After reading all these things, when I look at what the government is presenting, I said the government is presenting all this to us. That the government is doing everything that the international law asks them to do for us to get our recognition as a new declared country that only lack recognition. I said we only lack two things. We only lack two things. What is those two things? We only lack recognition, and for them to recognize us, to give us equipment. Without declaration of a new country, you will not buy any army military weapon. Without official declaration, you will never ever buy any military weapon. But with official declaration that made you an independency existing country, you automatically have the right to buy military weapon from any country who want to give it to you to defend your border and your territory. Remember what we are now. We are on the value of a declaration of a new country, independency, like United States of Biafra. We are what? The value of this our declaration, the declaration of the independency of a new country like United States of Biafra, that was re-declared on November 29, 2024. The value.
The value of a Declaration of Independence is primarily political and diplomatic, acting as the
What? The value of the Declaration of Independence is a primarily political and diplomatic what? Art. Now, is it clear to you that everything about new country is all about politics, diplomatic? It's all about, is a primarily political and diplomatic. That is the what is a declaration of independence of a new country like United States of Biafra. It begins with what? Political and diplomatic. Acting as the essential form claim for the new state existence, both internal and to the international community. The international community, America, Russia, France, Sweden, Korea, and all these countries in the world, they already knew that what happened, that Biafra has been redeclared. And what next again? They are waiting for the birth certificate to reach into their different offices in their country. When we are sending this our declaration document, we have to send it with our grievances. Why we are leaving Nigeria? Do you know that? And we will give a birth certificate of Biafra that this day, as the government that is effective, that is in control, that on so day that Biafra was re-declared as a new country. What is the document? See it here. You present it. That you have made what? That you have declared a new country. A declaration of a new country is what simply means independency of a new state. that are going to pursue for international recognition on the international global community. This is what people never knew. Do you see the value? Listen.
Potential formal claim for the new state's existence, both internally and to the international community.
Okay.
While international law focuses on the facts, specifically having an effective government, the declaration is the documentary proof that makes the claim legitimate, clear, and actionable for other states.
Do you hear that? International law focuses on the facts, specifically having an effective government that's conducted election in Biafra land. The government has told you that on November 29 that you're going to start home to celebrate independency of what? Declaration of Biafra as a country. In every year in our life, 29th is very sacrosanct. And the other thing that the government is going to implement as the law that are guides the Biafran people. Also for everyone who will enter into our country in nearest future. The declaration is the document, is a documentary proof. The declaration is the documentary proof that makes the claim, like we are claiming that Biafra is a country. That document is what makes it what? Legitimately clear in the eyes of the international global community. Now tell me, something that has such a value, is it not important? The important, is it a child's play? The declaration is the documentary proof that makes its claim legitimate, clearly, and for other states, other countries. It makes it clearly. That is why you see this government, you must hold it tight and take every instruction, because they have what the government, what the world are looking for us to get recognition. They are the one holding it. Forget this shenanigan of Ogenkere because of those who bought him over. And that is that Elias is deceiving him, collecting money from him. Because Elias is trying to do something that will make him to look relevant in the eyes of Ogenkere at his Ogenkere's level. And he's not going to tell him this, that with this document that everything is legit. You know when they say that you are legit, you know when they say that everything you are doing is right, because of this particular document of declaration. Why can never sing no Igbo? No. Now it now brings me to when Ogenkere claimed that he went to go and visit congressmen, or that the congress want to visit Biafran people in a hall that he rented, and the congressmen disappeared. Do you know why they disappeared? They have found out that Ogenkere did not have a document of declaration. And this declaration, there is nothing added to it. With that declaration, it simply means that you are fully control of your territory, that you are did not believe or you are not taking instruction from Nigeria government. The declaration of a new country is what we are. They said here, widely, international law focus on the fact, especially having an effective government. The declaration is the documentary proof that makes the claim, or what we are saying, that Biafra has been declared. This declaration document is a proof that our claim is legitimate, and it is clear in the eyes of the other states once you submit this document of declaration that makes you an independent state that lack international recognition to become a full member, to become a full-bodied country. We continue. Number 1.
1. Legal and diplomatic value.
Legal and diplomatic value of a document of what? Declaration of United States of Biafra that was happened on November 29, 2024. On November 29, 2024. Listen.
A formal claim to statehood.
Informal claim to statehood. Listen. Informal claim that Biafra has been declared or Biafra has become a sovereign state. Listen to this.
Her declaration serves as the new nation's birth certificate.
Okay, Kere, where is the birth certificate now? Chiamaka Jere, where is your birth certificate? Sonia Akwarawa, First Let's Unite, IPOB One Nigeria. Do you think that IPOB organization registered is a birth certificate of Biafra? The answer is no. A declaration serves as the new nation birth certificate. A declaration of a new country serves as what? Birth certificate in your life as a human being. Do you have a birth certificate? What of the, have you gone to any sign any agreement or do a very good contract without presenting your birth certificate as one of the most important certificates in your life? Can you have an Nigeria passport without birth certificate? You are Zulu. Then ask those that are making on social media claiming that they are fighting for Biafra and they are government, they are this and that. They are not, because they don't have. That is why the congressmen disappear from Ogun. And Ogun told us that the congressmen are watching them in television. What a shame. What a shame. What a big shame. Remember that our line is open on number +9 7 33 60 51 337. In case if you want to call on this program, that is number to call. +9 7 33 60 51 337. That is number to call. A declaration serves as the new nation birth certificate. Sorry, I don't have what it takes to send link right now, brother. But you can call on my WhatsApp phone number. We will hear you loud and clear. That is the number I call. The number is what I can give to you. If you want, I'll repeat the number again. I will repeat the number again if you want to make a suggestion. I will welcome it if you can. A declaration serves as the new nation birth certificate. It is the moment the entity formally asserts it fully that it has fulfilled the 4 criteria of the Montevideo Convention. Okay, the number is +9 7 33 60 51 337. I repeat, +9 7 33 60 51 337. Only on WhatsApp. Only on WhatsApp. If you know Henry, if you know I'm talking rubbish, then why are you here? Then if you know I'm talking rubbish, presenting those that have been killed, why we exit Nigeria? then you can call me and tell me the rubbish I am talking. Can you call Henry Shady? Can you call? If you cannot call me, I will block you. The number to call, I will give it to you. So come and talk how I am talking rubbish. That I am presenting to the world my document for them to know that Biafra has a document, that you are one Nigeria did not have a document of declaration. In the world, this you are one Nigeria that means a death sentence to indigenous people is only country in the world that have amalgamated by force country. In the entire world, this you are one Nigeria you are defending is the only country that have amalgamated by force country in the whole world. And that is why people are dying. And because of this by force. And I want to be in a country where nobody forced me to be. What is your problem? Did I force you to be a Biafran? The answer is no. And I wish you, may what happened to me to have a broke teeth happen to you, if you can survive. In the name of Chukwu Okabiam, God who lives in heaven, may what happened to me that made me to have broke teeth, like you said, may it happen to you. Say amen. Karma is real. And there is strong words from our tongue. So I wish you that accident I had, I survived on it in your one Nigeria. I wish you that is going to happen to you. Let's see if you can survive. That is my wish to you. It may happen to you in a case only for Onkwo. I cannot answer you a question. I give you a number to call. We have over 50 million Biafrans who want Biafra. Over 50 million want Biafra. And if you are paying a deaf ear, like Oba, who is a... Hey, after this call, I will address you. Yes, so good evening from here, brother.
Brother, I hear you answering somebody that is inconsequential. Why are you wasting your time answering the idiot? Those ones, are they? What is he doing with your teeth? Whatever is that? What does that mean? Is that going to be our problem? You still alive? Is that a problem to get out Biafra?
I don't know for him.
Those ones, you don't pay them. You just for what he said, I already tell you the kind of person he is, because the Bible tells us by their fruit we shall know them. So what comes out of man's mouth is abundant that is in their heart. That's what they speak out. So that alone will tell you, just either you block them or you don't answer the person. Don't mind them. My brother, I heard you, what you are addressing on, they are the only handy by they said,
yeah.
How many times something happened to us before we can learn? I just don't understand where our people are putting their head or where they're coming from. We have gone a long way. We have suffered. If we cannot check the history, everything not have to happen to you before you can learn. You can learn from history, because if you do not learn from history, the history will repeat itself. because you are dealing with the same human beings, the same species. It has not changed and it will not change. So the more, even the Bible tells us, it says, in all you do, get understanding. The earlier you get understanding of what you are doing, the better you will be able to know what you are doing and correct yourself and go in the right way. My brother, they don't even go on Ogenkere and all the one Nigeria leads or fall back, whatever you call them, you name them. Because, the time is so sensitive and it has been our problem. If you go back to the history, you will see the people that we are calling Israelites. See what happened to them.
Yeah.
They went wandering for many years because of ignorance. Instead of them to listen, instead of them to do the right thing, they took them many, many years before they get to a place they could reach within space of 1 month or less. And we are not learning, we're still going the same cycle we are going. What is our problem? This lady is supposed to be celebrated. This lady that's supposed to be celebrated because she saw the handwriting on the wall. She made a bold step. Take it. People may criticize her. You can criticize her if you like. That's fine. Criticism is good. But the thing is, check what she did. She cannot be 100% right in everything. No. She can have, every of us has a flaw. Even when you are looking, this one we are looking, we take example from what has happened in the Bible. What happened? Moses has a flaw that made him, he couldn't enter to the land. Did it mean because of that God rejected him? No. Account of the Bible told us that when he died, the devils wanted to come and claim him. Oh, he has sinned, that was why he died. What happened? The angels took his body. He drove the Satans away. That was what they told us. So that's to tell you, even to that rank of the people who are communicating with God, they have flocks in their own. But that doesn't mean their flocks makes them, they're not qualified again. No. This lady he has stood, no matter what people are calling, oh, he's in Nigeria, he's the Fulani her, he this and that. He stood. We're supposed to celebrate her for all he has been doing. And she has been pushing. The way the people are pushing to criticize her, to come against her, if they are pushing like that, maybe many countries could have been recognized us by now.
Honestly.
But they will not use that energy to help her. When you think she's making mistake, you put yourself there and correct that mistake. And advise her, sis, this one you are doing, it may not favor us, but if we go this way, it may favor us. Even sometimes we are human beings, we can, argue with you, but you yourself, you are filling up gap, that place you think that she's lacking. But people keep on lying, keep on pushing false narratives up and down. Makes us, we are still up to now, we are still wandering here and there instead of forced to go forward. We have all it takes. We have all it takes. We have more than.
We overmet the criteria. We have overmet. We have more than, like you said.
We have more than it takes, my brother, because with money, the money that we are using, we are expecting to fight up and down. Look at them for filing lawsuit where no game makes sense. Anyhow, look at all they're doing.
Sorry, you bring something in. Even only that lawsuit did not show those that are following him that there is no evidence. The lawsuit was withdrawn not because of that Abato even said, because of the the lawyer who are guiding him. Father, there is no evidence. There is no, and who has the evidence? Is the same Ngozi Arabeze has evidence of that Biafra has been declared. All the evidence of what is happening in the bridge. She is the one, because before you get to the Biafra, we are purchasing that time of Baba told you, you must pass the gate of Ngozi Arabueze. So only that lawsuit did not go on, my brother. Go on.
Yeah.
Go on.
My brother, look at what happened. What happened was when they filed this lawsuit, all their plan was because this criminal they calling Aparawa.
Yeah.
You know that guy. He's a wizard.
Yes.
They are the people who went on the website to hack to see whether they can be able to get the document.
Yeah.
But they forgotten that the person they're dealing with is a graduate.
Smarter than you.
They're dealing with someone who is intellectual. He has people working behind that intellectuals that will be able to block all the system. So when they went to hack all those our files, they were unable to get it. You see, all their plan was they will get all those documents. So when they get all the documents, they will say, yes, they are the one who has the document. But unfortunately, that was why you see both our account for the ID card, both at the other website, all was hacked, all was hijacked. But this lady kept the real documents safe. Nothing happened to it. So when they see they couldn't lay their hands on all those things, their hands were down. And the person who we are, pushing them, the alerts where you're talking about,
yeah,
those ones are about money. I know him, I know where, I know their law firm. So we are here together. So now, even if you go to, when he addressed us, he told us that they are here for business. They go for highest bidder. That's what they do. Yeah, it's business they're going. So all what Ogenke is doing is, Ogenke get money, he give them, and he get his own commission. That's what he's doing. He using us for business. So I know Ogenke, I dig all his nonsense out before this happened. Before he started this nonsense of what he's doing. I dig that out, I dug it out, and I show it. I place it everywhere. I say, you guys need to go do your homework. But this is what I can tell you. If you ask the PM, he will tell you. I was the first person who the PM told me that I should not worry, that those things are nothing. I dig those things, I show them. It's not hard to get. You can hear information. If you need it, you can get it.
Honestly.
Unless you didn't find it. If you want any information about anybody here, you will get it. It's not hidden. This is America. So, but these people that are following him sheepishly, but I am surprised, but the one that knows something cannot go and do their own small research. There's a lot of them, intellectuals. There are some of them, I just wonder what is going on with our people. Because if you don't like somebody, you criticize the person, you try as much as possible to take the person down. What is it going to benefit us? It's hard time that we need to stand up and say that enough is enough. Let's forget about this backbiting and work together and do things that will benefit us.
To educate ourselves more on the level where we are.
Yes, there's a lot we can do. There's a lot we already done. There are a lot we can stand on. We don't even have to worry so much because we have done the most part of it. The most of part of it already has been achieved. All we just need is to show face and let people know what we want and how we stand. We can do it from every country, all the Biafra people, going to your own people, when your own representatives wherever you are. It's just to let them know that yes, we are serious. Then all they're going to do is to either they recognize us or they say, oh, we're not going to recognize you people. Then we not bother those countries. Even Israel, when they recognize Israel, it's not everybody that recognizes. Even up to now, there are some countries who have not recognized a Jewish state.
Yes, now.
Up to now. Even Mandela was still a terrorist person. He entered presidency. I'm talking about in America. America will start tagging him as a terrorist.
Yes.
Until he enter presidency before they remove it.
Yes, now because
it's not
when he's not a president, he asked America for aid. America did not give him. It's Cuba that gives them the aid he needed. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's not all countries that can recognize you, but we need some few countries. If we get some few countries that will be able to recognize our existence, recognize our money, we go. Yes.
That is why. If you go to my page, I tag always. I put flag of Canada, Sweden, all these people for tell them that look at the criteria. What you ask us to, we have met those criteria. Give us recognition.
Yeah.
And why I am reading the value of this our declaration is for people to know. So you know that all those people that you are seeing, they are just making noise, taking money from you. There is something you said. You mentioned about wanderers. All these CRC and whatever, they are wanderers really. That's in that's in registered in your mind. Then you said it. What is CRC?
What is CRC? When Obato Bia was there, look at what he did. He said after declaration, all these posts are there terminated. They are going to bring up people who are going to now lead the government. This was what the rule was. And that's what the lady did.
Exactly.
And let me just put this on record for people who are messing up their head and their mind. Have to understand that now that we are full legitimate sovereign nation.
Yes, so
sovereign nation. It's not every country that will recognize you.
Exactly.
If they don't know, they need to know. We wouldn't worry them. Thinking, oh, you declare a country, as you declare a country, why you are not functioning. It doesn't work that way. It's gradually, countries will start recognizing you.
Honestly,
it's not everybody.
That is the first program. That is the first document I read under international law this evening. Now you get video going from what to declaration. From declaration, you never recognition. You not recognition. You see a member of EU, and now we not recognition, and your land will be under dispute by the former president current that you are existing from. That's you are born. You are threat like okay, Elias was telling them, no, you want to the land the 90% before recognition. It's a pure lie. There is nothing like that in existence of having a new country.
Yes.
There is nothing like that.
The thing is, immediately that we are already taken off. All what we need is to get a few countries that can be able to allow us to come in and go out, recognize our money. As long as our money is, we already been approved by the
international global community guideline. Yes.
Yes, we already been approved. Our bank is recognized. Our money, once it being recognized from the countries that can accept us, we start trading with those ones until the other ones will turn around. It is not automatic something. It's gradually. They recognize us, they accept our money. Our money has been already accepted in the world. So you don't be somebody. No, it is not organized. It's only that bank sector commission that will recognize your banking system. Once they recognize your banking system, the other countries will come around gradually. We need to educate our people for them to understand. Stop messing up. It's just like what is happening to us now. Look at a typical example. They are killing our people in the north. They're killing our people in Lagos, burning their things. You tell our people to go home, they tell you, say they don't want to go home. Is it not stupidity? And no, it's true. It's true that leaving your thing, you are going to lose something. There's one thing Igbo people say. Instead, where you are cow, go run away, make you cut the tail, at least make you hold something.
Exactly.
Pack your things and come back home. I know that you're going to lose. Yes, it's better to lose small than to lose all. But Keep on, my brother. Thank you so much for the way you are analyzing it, making them, if they can listen, let them listen. Don't stop in one day. Don't stop in 1 month. Keep analyzing the reading this thing for them to know.
That is what I
Let
do
them forget
here.
about these people.
That is
these
what
people
I
that are
do in my
making
page.
noise all around.
Yes.
And say they educated them, but they are illiterate. Instead of them to educate yourself and understand how the world works, they wait. We want to wait America to come save us. We want to wait Israel to. Nobody is coming to save you. You will save yourself.
Exactly.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you so much for calling. I appreciate
yes,
you, honestly. Thank you so much. I am so happy that you entered our platform today. I am honored. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Continue. Thank you so much.
You are welcome, my brother.
We must continue.
Yeah,
we must. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank
you. Yes, my people, because of our time, we are going to play the full documents. Then you'll be meditating on it tomorrow. When we come back tomorrow evening at the same time again, then we go into our analysis again. For you to understand, because of the time, we only leave time for call, and we expected this call, so we are so much happy. We are so much happy that our brother called and also give a very vital aspect of what we are doing. There is where we are right now. Forget all these wanderers. Hey, have a call. Yes, so Adam Mado, good evening from here.
Good evening.
You're welcome.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
You're welcome.
Yes, sir.
It's been long, but because of what we do to survive life, so we must continue.
Yeah. Ahụrụ m one nonsense chat. Give me ignore jara ya onye ahụ. No, ndị na-erite afọ na-awụwagharị na-achọ ebe ha na-asụ ya ọnụ.
Ọkwenye go me nọmba ya. Enye go me nọmba ọgbazi ọsọ ịkpọ. Post your comment.
Instead ọ ma anya ntị. Lenụkwanụ mee otu oge esi wee mata ihe oge ji wee sevu ezinụlọ ya na ihe gbasara ya. Ọ nọrọ ebe ahụ na-awụwagharị ndị enweghị isi n'ọdụ. Just forget about them.
It's okay.
On what you are teaching, I so much appreciate it. I was in Mr. Kelena TV where he was debunking Adadi Orama and Vam.
Okay.
Somebody was saying that is it not better to ignore these people? I was of opinion that no, you don't ignore them.
Yeah.
Because those people, they don't understand and they don't want to understand. Now they are saying you declare a country who recognize you. They don't know that there is a process and procedures. That everything Naganozo, how get that in an ID card in the Madijizi with all how get okay, has no terrorist ID card. Now submit your own or I said the ID card, the same chokwa shape we cannot end up. So here now ha na-eme ka ha were ka ndị na-akwụ ụgwọ na-akwụ ya. Because ha mechie ọnụ taa. Ha mechie ọnụ enwere ike ego ka akwụrụ ha akwụ asị na ga refund ya.
Exactly.
No, mụ na-ajụ ọkwa before Vam you see Rose butu ụzọ gịnịkwa aha nke ọzọ gịnị
makeup.
No. And the other one.
Yeah.
Gentle.
Okay.
No, I don't know all those names. I don't know those names. Vam. Ndị ahụ ka ebe ha nọkwa.
Na them.
Halana.
You know, I don't talk about those people. That is how I ship my thing. When I'm reading my document, when I'm presenting what I have here, if it means to touch them to prove something to Biafrans, I always mention their name. I don't have their time. Because there is way I am seeing what we are doing. I am moving on the level of what now that Biafra has been declared. Things we need to know on our own.
Yeah.
That is what's important to me.
Yeah.
That's important to me.
And thank God for our DPM, that woman,
Very intelligent.
Very
smart.
Yeah. Even the young one we are honor Oche, the miles God has taken her and the cabinet to achieve. Okay, the honor, like the other day, last Saturday, she was just singing. In fact, she was short of words.
Yes.
She was just singing one of our local praise songs, thanking God, meaning that even herself, she's amazed of what is even happening.
Things that is not, you know, you want to know so well, my able to figure out what is going on and the reaction on it. The reaction.
Yes. Chineke ga-agọzi anyị nwaanyị ahụ. Nsị ndị ọbụla na-akastigeti nwaanyị ahụ ha kwụsị kastigeti ya na Chineke ji nwaanyị ahụ were dọpụta anyị n'ọnụ agụ, dọpụta Nnamdi Kanu, dọpụta Simon Ekpa. If not, ma ihe a na-akọdo ugbu a ọwụ ihe a gara ịdị na-akọ.
Ị ga-eji small thing hope that the man na-eme n'Imo State based on the Biafra involved. Check is here mgbe ọ bụ na ọ dị mana na north, what's happening in the north today karịa ka anyị nwa mma now. If people run away in Imo State only because of Hope Uzodimma and his cohorts, then think of what's happening in the north. No, because of this name Biafra quenched everything. By now, nobody will live in Biafra land again. Our own could be lost. Nothing will happen.
That is because how they one Igbo. Nke a ha chịrị akata bịa like this, or ha gburu jewe.
That is it.
But Chineke ahụ chere anyị say no matter what.
And that is why the Fulanis are angry because of their mission in the south, in the eastern region, they close. So they want to do everything possible. Now they have understand the meaning of our declaration that no one's being high game at So how is young? How we keep in the show and has the whole northern chest here with the Islamites here. That is their mission right now. That is what.
And that was when they were just unleashing their punishment on Mars.
Yes.
That was what they were just unleashing, and all the things Haneme is being powered by the colonial master.
Exactly. Because they are the landlord now. Fulani jihadis they are just caretaker. With what we read yesterday about the slave masters, they never in their entire life slave them. It's only us. They need us with the slave.
I listened to him this morning.
A lot has Britain, you see London, you see them. They are evil people.
Yeah.
They are demonic. They are demonic people.
They are. They thank God. Now we from Jema. Anyị ejechana ya ruo n'isi mbido. Ruo n'ọgwụgwụ.
Yeah. When I check out what the government is
because
doing. Exactly.
The kind of generation and agreed now will not have the mind that this generation that are working, fighting this have. I'm telling you, they will not have the mind. It is this generation that God wants to use to accomplish and deliver everyone that are under this bondage.
Exactly.
And we must surely be delivered.
So,
sir, I want to encourage you to keep it up.
Yes, sir.
Because when we call like this, at least you don't know that
exactly. That is why the call is important. Yes. That is why the call is important. Yeah. Even
your time changing is also affecting me too. It made me not always there. At times, it will be when I will be in the office. So I will just be listening. If I want to comment, that is what I can do, but I cannot talk.
Yeah, it's okay.
Then in the night, like now, we're already in the bed.
Yeah.
I say, okay, let me just contribute a little before I sleep.
That is thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. We must like I always tell somebody, I am fighting for my freedom. And I want to know the road to the freedom. I don't want to become a wanderer. I just want to know that this is a direct step. That is the step I am following. What I normally do these days is that sometimes when Glenna asks me some of the documents I'm reading, I will just send it to him to also use it on his own platform also, because we need to, like what our brother said, where we are, we will be doing those. There is something that somebody told me, said that if people are debunking all these lies from your people, use 1 hour debunk it and use that time to present to the world the meaning of your declaration, and that once the world know that you understand where you stand and the meaning of that thing, they will look at you. So we must continue. Nobody will stop debunking Adade Orama. Nobody will stop debunking First States Unite and all these people. But for me, I see that they don't want my time. They don't want my time, because no matter what you debunk today,
even what you are,
no matter what
even
you debunk,
what you are presenting,
people are
it's
still
trashing that nonsense.
Yes, now. So I used somebody said that my own is on high level. As people might not understand. I told him that is why I take my time to debunk it. After all that is happening today, people, are they not still a member of IPOB? Are they not?
That is it.
So that is it. You cannot take it away. So that is why for me, I feel like when I talk about it small, or if I'm reading all these things I'm reading out, all these documents, once I find out there is some that's going to what they are doing, I will just mention them on that particular article and move away. I don't have their time. Seriously. There are things I have time to do. There is things I have, because what they are doing, someone like me cannot be able to change it.
Yes, this ID card, this thing, they said the website is out.
Yeah.
Do you have it?
Yes, I have the link now. Why not?
Okay, is it for everybody?
No, it's for
those.
Is
it for everybody now?
It's for those that are in abroad right now. It's for we.
It's for those
in abroad. Yes, just for now. For now. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
For now. Thank you so much.
Sir. Good night.
Yeah, good night. I'm rounding up. What I want to do now is that I will just play the program I want to do tomorrow to leave it in Biafra's mind. Then I will now close. So tomorrow we'll do our analysis normally by tomorrow. I mean, I'm rounding up because this is exactly 12 o'clock, midnight. Here I am.
Hey, okay, our own is around that time.
Yeah.
Or after time.
Yes. So that is it. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well done.
Yeah, we must continue.
Okay. Bye.
Yeah. Have a good night.
It is the moment the entity formally asserts it has fulfilled the 4 criteria of the Montevideo Convention: territory, population, government, and capacity to enter into relations with other states. This clarity is vital because it signals intent. It unambiguously announces the group's intent to secede and to be treated as a sovereign entity, not merely as rebels or a political faction within the parent state. Facilitates recognition. It provides other countries with a legal basis to recognize the new state. Without a formal declaration, recognition could be seen as an illegal act of interference in the domestic affairs of the parent state. B. Securing foreign aid and alliances. The moment a declaration is issued, foreign powers can argue they are no longer dealing with internal dissidents of the parent state, but with a sovereign political equal.
Tomorrow.
This immediately opens the door to formal diplomatic ties, establishing embassies and exchanging ambassadors. Military and financial aid. The new state can legally secure loans, military equipment, and alliances, as the aid is now going to a fellow sovereign state. Treaty making. The declaration grants the de facto power to contract alliances, establish commerce, and enter into international treaties. 2. Political and internal value. A. Defining national identity and purpose. Declarations are almost always powerful philosophical and political documents that serve to unite the population.
Please, if you never like the program, please, there is a 3 dot in front of your phone. If it's your first time, click on that 3 dot. You will see like and share the program, please. So others know that we are live. Then if you never this is Real Biafra TV, give us a subscription so that we know you know whatever we are live. Then you got the notification. Please endeavor to do that, please.
And justify the Revolutionary Act. Moral justification. They articulate the grievances against the former ruling power and establish the principles, e.g., human rights, self-determination, popular sovereignty, upon which the new country will be founded. Unifying force. It transforms disparate groups of people into a unified people with a shared political goal, essential for mobilizing support for the subsequent fight for actual independence. B. Creating a domestic legal order. The Declaration is the founding document from which all future domestic law, including the new Constitution, derives its authority. It creates a legal break with the old system, allowing the new state to establish its own courts, collect its own taxes, and govern without reference to the laws of the parent state. The Declaration is the legal instrument that transforms subjects into citizens, granting them rights and imposing duties under the new governmental structure. 3. Symbolic and historical value. The Declaration holds immense symbolic value that lasts long after the initial independence struggle. Inspiration. It serves as a historical document that inspires future generations and other subjugated peoples globally, e.g., the influence of the U.S. Declaration of Independence on subsequent independence movements. Public record. It creates a definitive, date-stamped public record of the decision to separate, ensuring the cause is forever enshrined in global history.
We are going to play it from the beginning, then we're going to end the program, then tomorrow we'll come back to do our official analysis. What are we playing this evening? We are playing what is the value of declaration of a new country independence under international law.
The value of a Declaration of Independence is primarily political and diplomatic, acting as the essential formal claim for the new state's existence, both internally and to the international community. While international law focuses on the facts, specifically having an effective government.
Please like, if you never like the program, please, because your like is giving another person notification that we are live. There is someone who is on your contact. Once you like the program, the person will know that we are live. So we want this particular document, these particular things to go out. So we can save our some of stress of using our own way to explain to all these Okoko them, all these wanderers. You see all this IPOB, you see all this fallback, you see all this CRC, you see all this all this Go 247. You see all these people, they are wanderers. That is why you need to like the program, so it can go. Somebody from any of them can get this information from your contact. If I told you private calls that have called me and said, "Oh brother, because of what you are doing, I now know my rights. I don't believe in that thing they are telling me before." You know how many of them? You know those that I share. That's why when I come, I almost take 30 minutes to share my program to over many people, over 30 people that's from my own side. I'll say, please share it to me whenever you come online. So that is why you have to share the program. It can make someone to listen to this and know that it's not all about that thing we think in our own way, explain. No, look at all the what ends, many things that have been discussed in the platform. This particular international law document is what they hide from us. And do you know that this Biafra movie, if all had been on this way, we would have achieved all. But because of all the things that we don't know, that is why we're wasting time. Please like and share the program. That's why I say your first time, subscribe. If it's also your first time, you will see a 3 dot in front of your right hand on your phone, top of it. Then click on it, it will open. You will see like and share. Very easy. It doesn't remove any other extra money for you. When you subscribe, it doesn't damage your internet. The same thing it is.
The Declaration is the documentary proof that makes the claim legitimate, clear, and actionable for other states. 1. Legal and diplomatic value. A formal claim to statehood. Her declaration serves as the new nation's birth certificate. It is the moment the entity formally asserts it has fulfilled the 4 criteria of the Montevideo Convention: territory, population, government, and capacity to enter into relations with other states. This clarity is vital because it signals intent. It unambiguously announces the group's intent to secede and to be treated as a sovereign entity, not merely as rebels or a political faction within the parent state. Facilitates recognition. It provides other countries with a legal basis to recognize the new state. Without a formal declaration, recognition could be seen as an illegal act of interference in the domestic affairs of the parent state. B. Securing foreign aid and alliances. The moment a declaration is issued, foreign powers can argue they are no longer dealing with internal dissidents of the parent state, but with a sovereign political equal. This immediately opens the door to formal diplomatic ties, establishing embassies and exchanging ambassadors. Military and financial aid. The new state can legally secure loans, military equipment, and alliances, as the aid is now going to a fellow sovereign state. Treaty making. The declaration grants the de facto power to contract alliances, establish commerce, and enter into international treaties. 2. Political and internal value. A. Defining national identity and purpose, declarations are almost always powerful philosophical and political documents that serve to unite the population and justify the revolutionary act. Moral justification. They articulate the grievances against the former ruling power and establish the principles, e.g., human rights, self-determination, popular sovereignty, upon which the new country will be founded. Unifying force. It transforms disparate groups of people into a unified people with a shared political goal, essential for mobilizing support for the subsequent fight for actual independence. B. Creating a domestic legal order. The Declaration is the founding document from which all future domestic law, including the new Constitution, derives its authority. It creates a legal break with the old system, allowing the new state to establish its own courts, collect its own taxes, and govern without reference to the laws of the parent state. The Declaration is the legal instrument that transforms subjects into citizens, granting them rights and imposing duties under the new governmental structure. 3. Symbolic and historical value. The Declaration holds immense symbolic value that lasts long after the initial independence struggle. Inspiration. It serves as a historical document that inspires future generations and other subjugated peoples globally, e.g., the influence of the U.S. Declaration of Independence on subsequent independence movements. Public record. It creates a definitive, date-stamped public record of the decision to separate, ensuring the cause is forever enshrined in global history.
Recognition does not need you to pay money for any country that want to recognize you. Recognition is international. They call it out of pity. They call it out of pity. When Sweden and Canada come to recognize Biafra in 1967, it's this sword, internal affair, is what Nigeria used to chase them back. There are those who want to recognize you. Some of them, their interest might be what you have. Biafran people, as a country, we have all kind of mineral resources that we use to sign agreement. So we have all. The Biafran people, we have all it takes to any country to ask for to recognize us. That is what they want. We have it. We have over. We have over. The only oil that made British is killing us today is what France asked for. Our internal leader Ojukwu to give to France, and Ojukwu thought that oil will finish by now. From 1967 to 2025, the oil has never finished. If Ojukwu give France oil, they want to give us military aid, military weapon to defend ourselves against Nigeria. When America is fighting for their independence in the hands of Britain, who supported them? It's France. But France come on our own and said they want oil openly. When Ojukwu refused to give them oil, they just give human aid. That is what they did. France, they supported. Go to history and check. So he doesn't need to pay any money. He doesn't need to pay anything for recognition. As the way Nigeria is boiling now, countries can say, okay, Biafra is a country that will deny recognition. Okay, let us recognize them if they can help to stop this, what is going on in Nigeria. This is how it is. So there is no other way around. That is why the declaration gives other countries power to intervene in our matter right now. That is no longer the internal affair of Nigeria anymore. But when you do not make a declaration, everything becomes into the internal affair of Nigeria. So today, we have everything we overhave. So if you don't want to come, contact our government, United States of Biafra, search it online, you will see them. United States of Biafra government, check on it on their website. Tell us what you want to give to them. They will agree with you. And they will give what we are looking for recognition to defend our life under self-defense. So we have what it takes to give for recognition. Whatever they ask us, if the one is in our territory, we will give. We are not afraid of anybody. We are not afraid of anybody. These are pure that we almost know. Listening from the beginning of our program today, this is what we are going to finish tomorrow. But have it in mind when we come tomorrow. Then we will do our analysis on it. Remember that. So let us go back to, in conclusion of all we have done today, remember that I must take you back to where? To the beginning. The importance of declaration. What it means to declare a new country, the meaning of that. You already had the value of the declaration. Now we are going to finish it up tomorrow. What is the meaning of, what is the declaration of a new country really mean? Can you hear me? The declaration. After this,
The declaration of a new country, often called a Declaration of Independence, is a foundational assertion by a political entity that it is sovereign and constitutes an independent state. However, the real meaning and effectiveness of that declaration are multifaceted, involving legal, political, and factual elements. 1. The legal requirements. The declarative theory. International law, particularly as codified in the Montevideo Convention of 1933, generally sets out 4 criteria for a new entity to be considered a state. A permanent population. There must be a stable group of people living there. A defined territory. The country must control a specific geographical area, though minor border disputes won't necessarily prevent statehood. A government. There must be some effective organized political control or structure operating within the territory. Capacity to enter into relations with other states. This signifies sovereignty and independence from any other governing power. Under the declarative theory of statehood, once these 4 criteria are met, the entity is a state in international law, regardless of whether other countries formally acknowledge it. The declaration is essentially a public affirmation of these facts. 2. The political reality. The constitutive theory. While the legal criteria are important, in practical terms, a declaration often means little without international recognition. This aligns with the constitutive theory, which holds that an entity becomes a state only when it is recognized as such by other existing states. Sovereignty enforcement. The declaration is a claim of sovereignty. However, the new country must have the means to enforce that claim, meaning it must be able to defend its borders, maintain internal order, monopoly on violence, and operate its government without external control. Global standing. Recognition by other countries, especially powerful ones, is crucial for establishing diplomatic relations, exchanging ambassadors, entering into treaties and trade agreements, gaining membership in international organizations like the United Nations, UN, accessing international finance and resources. In essence, a declaration is the beginning of the process. It signifies a political will to be independent, but it is not the final step. In summary, aspect, meaning of declaration. Key challenge. Legal. Assertion that the 4 criteria of statehood, population, territory, government capacity have been met. Proving the effectiveness of the government and its control over the territory. Political. Formal announcement of independence from a former ruling power. Achieving recognition from a significant number of other sovereign states. The declaration really means, we are an independent state. But for that statement to hold true in the eyes of the world, it needs to be backed up by facts on the ground and acceptance by the international community. Would you like to know about a specific historical declaration of independence, like the US, Kosovo, or South Sudan, to see these concepts in action?
yes, my people, you have had all you need to know. And where we are now that Biafra has been re-declared, you have a permanent population, you have a defined territory, you have effective government, we also capacity to enter into signed treaties and agreements. That is how a new country is being built. Then everything that you had at the last before now follows. But tomorrow we are going to go into the value of a declaration and what is the value of a declaration and why is this declaration is important. Why is it very important, the declaration, and what does it help you to get? These are the things that we are going to lay down tomorrow. Please come in time, share the program, subscribe on the YouTube page. You will see a bell, touch it once, so it will ask you get notifications, so you can be able to get notification anytime we are here. This is what we do here. We are not here to talk about in fact, they don't want my time. I want international global community to know that we have already know that and they want us to know. Give us recognition for us to go and save life in Nigeria. Thank you so much. From me, from here, it is a wonderful evening. Goodbye for now until you see yourself tomorrow. Thank you so much for being here. One love, my people.